New overlay update? Question. Oh, you're checking that our alerts work. Ooh.
Perhaps I should look into my subscription as well. Maybe I should, actually.
Mine just auto-renews, and so I never...
No, I know, but there's if you catch it on the right week,
press the
you can
button.
press the button to make it.
How do I even find out what the right week is?
You open chat and it tells you.
Yeah.
Oh.
There we go. Share.
Here, I'll show you if yeah. It's your 33 months anniversary.
Oh.
Why do I have 33 months?
Because mine lapsed at some point because I subscribed for 6 months and it didn't like auto renew for me. It was like, your 6 months is up, bye. I was like,
What?
yeah.
The fuck?
Do you focus these?
Yeah.
The boss subscribed to tier 1.
Oh man, you said yay twice. How embarrassing.
Yay.
Yay. Yeah, we are, Ellie Spot.
Hello.
And hello to all of y'all. Woo! Out there in Chatland. Woo! I would like to
30?
start by defining this as lemon ginger tea. Liz made a very rude comment about what it reminded her of, so I just think it's important to know. Whoa.
Oh, did someone hit the shield button?
Sure did.
Sorry, Kung Fu Fenris, you seem to have hit the shield by accident.
It's awesome. I assume pressing it again will...
I think I turned it off.
Thank you, Liz. At least slow mode is off, yeah. And then...
Yeah, slow mode is off. Followers only chat we don't want turned on, correct?
Correct.
Or do we want it on?
We have the shield buttons available to us, so I don't think so.
I think we can have it.
Great.
Yeah.
Phew. Also, hi, everybody.
All hail your safety wolf.
Safety. I mean, testing the shield, right? Very important.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you, Orangia.
Oh, wait, sorry, hold on. Wait, so I'm looking, so I have to...
Yeah.
I have to...
Oh, I'm so excited. Yay! I mean, it's funny because I know one of those emotes is me, and yet when I do it, I don't feel like the emote. But when I see you do it, I'm like, yes, that's the same thing.
Yeah, my hair is totally different
That
than
is
how
true.
it was in the like things. So that's nice. Kate, you could totally do it. Yes,
I find myself doing that all the time.
so good.
Love it. Love it.
Well, hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
Another week. Another Avatar Legends: The Mirror Scale game. I'm just thrilled to be back. I'm always thrilled when I'm asked back week after week. It's nice. It's great.
Asked back. We just forget to disinvite
Just invite you, yeah. One day you're gonna be like, okay, don't forget. Make sure Scott doesn't come. Liz, find a way to get in here without him. Yeah. Or have him drop you off, and
Scott, could
we'll
you
lock
drop
the
me
door.
off? We're not streaming.
And then
I
go find a
promise.
4-leaf clover in this field. Okay.
I found one right away.
Yeah,
Scott,
classic.
could you raise both your glasses next to each other, please?
You bet.
One of you has functioning kidneys.
See, exactly. This is why I wanted to define what this tea is, to be very clear.
I think I need to see a doctor. Is this
No.
how-
I'm so
Okay.
glad
Yeah,
you're here
you
for
would
this
actually.
Ellie Spot, because I put this on and I was like, if Ellie Spot doesn't tune in, I'm sending her a pic.
Yay.
The fashion pics are real.
And if I can out your accessory
Oh my God, yes.
briefly, we had a moment coming in where these fine folks were like, pocket watches, and just like dumped a bunch. Like, there are a bunch of pocket watches in this house.
So,
Very
yeah.
cool.
I'm off to smuggle some bootleg
Some
alcohol
bootleg
across
whiskey,
some,
yeah. Love
across
that.
some
Some
borders.
moonshine.
Yes,
Here we go.
love that too.
Yeah.
Here for it. Smug juggles. Oh, excellent, Gil. Is it? I hope it doesn't look like this. I mean, I hope it tastes like this, but I hope it doesn't look
I
like
don't think that looks bad.
Oh, good.
I just think that if that was your urine...
It is a little
Well,
cloudy.
we should probably talk about it, yeah.
Yeah, those of you listening in on podcast, Liz has a sweet pinstripe getup.
And
Yeah.
Scott is apparently experiencing retrograde ejaculation.
Wait,
What?
Now it's out there. Now it's out there.
He's drinking tea that is a clouded yellowish color.
Yeah. Someone somewhere is listening to these podcasts and taking notes, and they're like, Scott, retrograde Ajax? Question mark? That's how I would take that
Well,
note, for
we've
sure.
already established that Orangia had a
Thanks,
murder
Dominator.
board for
I'm just
Drew
kidding.
Crew, so...
Yeah, well,
Amazing.
I mean, how many murder boards are out there? It's just a question.
how do all the RPG Clinic universes connect, and there's like the string and stuff, yeah.
Of course you're not surprised we're in this. Of course you're not.
The RPGCU? RPGCCU?
Is that mixing like Mr. Pibb and... Oh! It's one of
Yeah,
them.
it's my
Okay.
it's my freezeria. I'm
There we
contributing
go.
to the
I
universe.
thought you were taking different pops.
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah, same idea.
Mr. Pibb and Red Vines equals crazy delicious.
Very good. Oh man,
Rooibos,
you know what? No,
yum.
hang on. I don't remember the next line from that song, but it's been a long time. But I do like those cupcakes, cousin. That's the one I remember. Yeah. Huh? Lazy Sunday. From a long time
Wake up
ago.
in the late afternoon. Call Parnell just to see how he's doing.
Oh, very
Hello,
nice.
what up, Parn? Yo, Sandberg, what's cracking? You thinking what I'm thinking?
Oh,
No,
yeah.
man, it's happening.
Lucky you, Orangia.
In fact, if I ever commit a real murder, I'm calling Orangia to help me finesse my alibi.
Nice.
Because she would be able to be like, these are the people you interacted with yesterday. These are the locations you were at. Remember that between here and here, your location is not accounted for. Bang, 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 bang.
And from the hours of 1:15 to 1:18 p.m., I was jacking it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cops can't check up on that. I don't.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
dear.
I'm sorry I went there. I should have said something else.
Hey, speaking of jacking it, what did you buy?
Hey!
Hey!
Aga!
Yeah, we did the thing.
You all have to have
Right.
this.
It's
One
true.
passion.
I bought one focus.
One creativity
Oh, team!
through
Good job,
my
everybody.
through
Very
my
nice.
playbook, but yes,
Just
Oh, you took the move.
yeah.
Way of the future.
becoming more and more.
Yeah.
I see.
Powerful. Yes. Well, Aramithius.
Just have to remember that I can always make you take -1 going forward if I really feel like you're getting too strong.
Oh my god. A little pot of chives.
Just
Is it so? Are
Just
the
like
chives boiling in water,
Are you
or is it just,
using
or is it a bowl of
spoon,
chives?
or
and are they like diced or are they just
I have-
straws
I have
to
deep
nibble
fried.
on?
And
That
did you
would be good.
forage them, grow them
Interesting.
yourself, buy them? Like, what are we
I don't
thinking?
think those are questions you asked. But
Ah, that is a thing. So the only thing with our
Gardening
bot
talk.
is that the official quote ad does really fucky things with it, and there's no way for us to change it. In that it wants you to do quote ad, name of person, then the quote, but it adds the quotation marks for you. So you can't be like you couldn't do quote ad John, speaking of Jackie, and then gesticulating wildly. Like you wouldn't be able to format it that way. The gesticulating wildly would go inside the quotes. So I've done away with their default and made my own.
Suck
So
it.
you have to do no space in quote ad. You can also do add quote as one word.
nice.
TLDR. Remove
TLDR.
space.
Do you want me to just
No space.
throw the command out there so we can see it?
Yeah, exclamation mark quote info.
Safety. Very nice, Ellie Spot.
Oh.
Boom.
Ooh.
Hi, salvage bar.
Looking
Come on.
under a swipe for the ankles.
I remember that. I remember
Shit,
that
can you edit
confusion.
that?
That is not correct, is it?
That's our timer, I think.
No, that's the original quote info command.
Okay, then if you can edit it and get rid of the space.
Okay. I will do that.
Thank you.
Everybody
I
say,
like
say
this-
the stuff.
I
say
like
the
the
line.
segue, Ellie Spot. We'll come around to it
Yeah,
again.
when you're trying to get away with murder, it's essential to think about your
Towel.
Because,
Hey.
Hey, look, it worked.
yay.
Yay. I want to know what kind of dummy quotes you were using to add quote to test.
I just deleted them.
Oh,
There.
too bad.
Too bad.
That's now.
Thank you.
Hey.
See.
All right.
It doesn't add the game.
Yes, it does. I just can't make it spit that out because I don't know how it pulls that info. So yeah.
Can't wait to read that later.
Chive answer in the chord. I really like the idea that it's so complicated to be like, no, you have to understand.
I hope there are photos involved. Or a slideshow.
Oh, was it me?
Didn't
Or did
isn't that
I
what
do
you
it
said?
last
You did it last week, I think. Sorry, yes, because it's your synopsis this week.
Yeah, which means it moves to.
John for safety.
It's your synopsis this week, Scott.
No,
I
he
just
wrote
recorded
it.
one.
Well,
Shit.
it is session 8, right?
Yes.
So then that would
God.
make sense.
Okay. Yeah, we've come around
Because
again.
I did session 0.
Ah.
You know, sometimes we get a little confused around here, and
It's true, though. It's true. No, it's true. I'm sorry. I
I
love
get a
it.
little confused. Look, we're getting older.
What? Jesus.
Oh god.
Not 34 anymore.
Oh, I'm not.
Sorry.
I will be.
Yay! Oh, yay. Okay.
Hey, we're all different ages at the moment. That, like, doesn't always happen.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
But look, as a direct result of all this, of the fact that we can't always be trusted to make our best decisions for ourselves, that's why we have these. We have safety cards, and the safety cards exist in order to make sure that we can play to the extent that we want to play at without taking any unnecessary risks. The green card, also known as the play card, means I'm all good. I'm good to continue no matter how I may appear outwardly. The yellow card is the pause card. When it's held up, it means everybody stop playing for a second. There's something that I need to make you aware of. When I put it down, we can keep playing. The red card is the stop card. This card comes up, play will end immediately. We'll most likely go to a be right back screen, and will only resume once everybody at the table feels comfortable to continue. Now, there is something to be said, though. You don't have safety cards, but what you do have are options. You can always whisper us at RPG Clinic. All of us will see it. It'll appear on our screen. You can also message one of our moderators. Right now we have Kung Fu Fenris, otherwise known as Bleeds the Light Invincible. If you want to submit something anonymously, I will tell you, though, that you always have the option of leaving chat or the stream entirely. We don't want to see you go. We do want to see you prioritize your mental well-being.
100%. Thank you, John.
Aside from that, I have to ask if any of you have any questions.
I don't think so.
Just feels like we just no questions. There was a lot of revelations and therefore confusion, perhaps at the end of last session. But it's we've left off in an exciting place.
Well,
I'm excited to get back to it.
If that's the case, should we find out what happened last time?
It feels important.
Talk about a powder keg! The Fire Nation embassy on Kyoshi Island explodes with Tatik inside. Bao and Dan evacuate the trapped diplomats while Young-Soo retrieves Tatik's satchel and leaves it with Kai Ming for safekeeping. The trio capture their culprit, Zen T, a combustion bender, but a mysterious cloaked figure manages to escape the scene. Over the next hill, 2 Kyoshi warriors fight over Tatik's satchel. 2 Kai Mings? Is it possible? No! Kai Ming has an identical twin sister, Sayla. Kai Ming wants to return the satchel to Tatik. Sayla believes it should return to Kyoshi Island. Bao snatches the artifact, and Dawn swears she will find it a safe home in Wan Shitong's library. When Sayla escapes, Young-Soo discovers she has Saowon gold hidden under her armor. He subdues her, but the other Kyoshi warriors sure aren't happy with him. Can Bao find out the link between their family and the Mirror Scale? How quickly will Young-Soo be captured by the Kyoshi warriors? Will Dan and Jai's date be marred with tension? And where is Tatik?
He's like Carmen Sandiego, that guy. Where the fuck is Tatik? Subdues, I think, Ellie Spot.
Yeah.
It sounds right.
Acme Intelligence says that Tatik's been eating a lot of egg rolls lately.
Holy shit.
It's really hard being friends with like an international super spy, you know?
Yeah.
Sorry, courier.
Ellie Spot, are you asking it right now? I'm gonna throw it up on screen because I think it's important that we all see what you are suggesting.
I like what
At this
suggestion
moment.
is.
I also heard when I first heard.
It's entirely possible that that's what I said with my.
There's a bit of like just the first syllable.
So
Brain goes somewhere.
let's just throw that up here so that we can all see, because I am curious. Ellie Spot, are you implying that the rest of the Kyoshi warriors are all attempting to seduce Young-Soo at once over
I think the
unconscious
question was,
body of one of their own.
it was Young-Soo subdues Sayla. So did he in fact seduce Sayla?
Kai-Ming's sister.
I mean,
I prefer my question.
I like both of these because,
Yeah.
first of all, the implication, we don't know. She could be seduced by Young-Soo's winning personality or whatever. Something.
Aragorn's research thus far does
Thank
remain
you.
sound. Young-Soo has, as if a moth to the flame, has gravitated towards the most, shall we say, challenging member of...
I hate the implication, but I love the metaphor.
But I love the drama.
I am. If I was an insect, I would be burned to death by now. That's me. For sure. God. Anyway, a good question.
Are we ready to start?
Hodgehog. Yes.
I recognize that when I'm sitting in this chair, I have access to information that you don't. I even have access to each of the secrets that you have put down, or that you may or may not choose to change, seeing as how I don't really care if you change your secrets as long as you aren't directly contradicting yourselves. But I do have information that you don't have. And there's always this very tempting thing that I think that a lot of people who are running games do, where they just relish in the fact that they know things. And that there's this like dance puppets atmosphere that they give to players, saying, I know all the cards and you don't, and I'm going to watch you twist as you struggle against that lack of knowledge. I don't know. I feel like it might be a day of revelations. I think yesterday was also a day of new information.
Yeah, sure.
So today there might be a little bit more solid ground, or maybe not. It kind of depends on what you want. Of course, right now, what we have is Don holding a massive sunflower, Bao holding a massive package. It's not really that massive.
No.
I mean, it is to Teagues.
Appropriately sized.
Which way should I be assuming then in that case?
Appropriately sized.
Fair enough.
That's information that you need to do.
That's one of the revelations we might be uncovering today.
There's certainly some levy to that revelation.
Love this.
Nice.
Thanks.
These two.
And then there's Young-Soo. Young-Soo, you are currently surrounded by no fewer than 8 Kyoshi warriors.
Uh-oh!
All of whom have sprung up on the hills that are surrounding this valley that you tackled and subdued Sela in. All of them have their fans at the ready. None of them look particularly pleased with you.
John, Young-Soo is looking around. He's a little bemused. He is trying not to show his fear. I'm going to let go of my 3-section staff and put my hands up.
Really?
Yeah, that feels... I don't need to get attacked for no reason here. Although I do love that. I do love that staff. But
So
this
you just
is...
drop it like on Sela?
Well, I try not to drop it. Yeah.
Oops.
Oh, sorry. Well, if she wasn't unconscious before,
It just accidentally wrapped around her neck. I don't
Yeah.
know what to tell
Wow,
her.
it's so weird.
My hands are up. I can't help her.
Yeah. Oh no. No, I place it, and
Keep a close eye on him. make no sudden movements. They all start moving as one, closer and closer into the valley. There's a very intent look on all of their painted faces. And then, as they're about 5 meters away from you, they rush you.
Oh shit.
Now,
Okay.
you could try and get your way out of this. They are, in fact, looking to bind you and to take you prisoner. So, are you going to let that happen?
It does feel incredibly foolhardy to try to escape on Kyoshi Island, no less. You know, their home.
It's done.
The place where they would know the terrain well. They're highly trained. Youngsu is not as highly trained. So no. I will try to call out as they start to rush me. Look, I can explain. But that may only be
You
what
feel
I
your
get at,
arms get wrenched behind you. Immediately, some cord is just wrapped very rapidly around it. Looks like they're not using standard metallic cuffs, partially because they're not metal benders, partially because there's some tradition involved in this.
Yeah.
Your ankles are similarly tied, so are your knees.
Okay.
You are, my good friend, you have earned the status of trapped.
I mean, that's fair. You're completely helpless. Oh, man.
Yeah, well.
Awfully as well. If I may share here, the status trapped says, you must mark a combination of 3 conditions or fatigue to escape. I will not be doing that. I mean, I theoretically could do that, but I will not be doing that.
So that's in addition to what you already have?
This is
Yeah.
correct.
Oh, shit.
So I feel pretty strongly like that's not going to be happening anytime soon.
So yeah, you are trapped at the moment. One of them has crouched down and is looking over Selah, and then looks back up. Where's the package?
I don't have it.
The package! And you feel her war fan closed, currently just boom, like right into your sternum.
I don't have it.
You did. Where is it?
I gave it to her. Well, I gave it to Kai Ming.
They all just sort of, what?
Kai Ming?
Kai Ming.
Did he use her name?
Rabble. Can we get some other rabbles here?
Yeah.
Oh my gracious, what my stars and garters.
I can't believe you would say that.
But this isn't gaming.
This is just for the podcast.
We love you, podcast listeners. Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, future Ellie Spot.
They haul her to her feet. She's kind of shaking her head. Definitely, I don't think you hit her so hard that. I mean, look, concussions don't work the same way in this universe as they do in others. So she's coming around. But as they lift her up, more of the Cell 1 gold falls onto the ground.
Yeah. I'm going to look at it and then look up into Selah's eyes and then immediately into the eyes of any other Kyoshi warrior who I can catch.
They're all looking at you.
Do any of them seem... Is it clear? Your words, not mine, John. Your words, not mine. Do any of them seem to have noticed the gold?
Their concern is primarily for their comrade. They have definitely, however, they've heard a couple of the coins fall onto the ground and they look down and they look up at you. And one of them just leans in very, very close. She's the one who also has the war fan in your sternum. She leans very close, her nose just centimeters away from yours. What's that?
What? That gold?
Yes. What's that?
Why don't you tell me? And why don't you ask Selah? She has more of it.
Take him away. And
Yep,
four of
yep.
them lift you up, two by your shoulders, like chicken winging you
Okay, yeah.
behind, which I don't know if you've ever been lifted by your arms like this, but it sucks.
It's not nice, yeah.
It's not good.
Check under her armor! Check under her armor! She has more of it! I'm struggling a little bit in that dramatic kind of way.
He's lying. I don't know what he's talking about.
You can lie all you want, sailor.
At this point, you're now over the hill.
Okay.
Dan, Bao, you probably hear some shouting that sounds an awful lot like Young-Soo.
You're lying, sailor.
I would like to move to a vantage point where I can at least see the direction it's coming from.
There's more gold under her armor.
Young-Soo is being dragged away by 4 Kyoshi warriors.
Can I hear him distinctly enough to hear what he said?
You can hear... Yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah.
I knew it. Remind me, was Kaiming still with us? Or
Yes, she had... Last I
Yes,
remembered,
Kaiming remained with you.
And Bao had just made the connection about the gold, and had communicated that to Don, I believe.
No, because he saw that it was Saowon gold.
Mm-hmm.
I had seen
But
them
you figured
Saowon
it out,
gold.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
yes, then in that case, I'd be like, yeah, I think I would.
I think you did, because
Yeah.
then we talked about Jai being implicated,
Yeah.
potentially.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
Maybe.
Not sure that Young-Soo was there for that.
No,
No.
he'd already left.
Oh,
but,
no.
but at least we can
He's
make
gonna
some
make his own
connections.
connections.
But yes, they definitely know that
Great.
this is gold that comes from basically a mint that your
Yeah.
family
Yeah.
controls.
Okay. We have to go
Ha is
after him.
not with Young-Soo.
Correct.
I think Ha is currently actually with Dan.
Ha did climb its way up the cliff to us, and
I
was
was pointing
Bao
at the
for a while.
goal.
He brought
Yeah.
the gold.
yeah, it did hop onto you, but did you presumably passed Ha? You wouldn't have run off.
That feels
With
very
her.
silly. Eh?
So then Ha is with one of us.
Yeah, I can.
Great.
So I'm then holding a spirit and a giant sunflower.
Nice.
Excuse me.
Who are you saying?
calling
To
him
the
out?
Kyoshi warriors.
Oh shit.
They're quite a ways away. He ran after her. So like
Yeah,
you can.
I'm gonna
really
hustle
belt
towards
it
them.
if you want, but
I create a perfect projection tunnel out of rock. No, I can't. I move a bit closer.
you create an amphitheater.
Yeah.
No, I just like bend the air to project your voice.
That you can
I
do.
could. Yeah,
So
fuck it, I do it.
cool. That's so cool.
We understand that he acted rashly, probably knowing him, but I think it would really behoove us all to stop for a moment and listen to what he has to say. Hi, I'm a seeker with the Order of Passage.
The Kyoshi
That's what you
warriors.
lead with, yeah. Very good.
Sky Bison.
The Kyoshi warriors stop. They turn. They look directly at you, Dan. And there's a moment where it looks like they might turn back around. They might come to you. And then one of them just puts up her gloved hands and bellows as loudly as she can, because she doesn't have the advantage of an airbender. He attacked one of us. He's our prisoner. You can see him when you get back to town.
Why are the Saowons paying you?
I assume you're projecting.
Yes.
as well. The Kyoshi warriors look amongst themselves. They seem confused.
Like,
Could it be assumed that we're kind of moving closer
yeah,
as
yeah,
this is happening?
sure.
Yes, you are heading over there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ha is now trying like really hard to like pick seeds from the sunflower.
I am allowing it to do this.
Hope they're not magical. Oh.
Oh.
So cute.
As you start closing the distance, you're being held face down, by the way.
Oh.
So you can
Okay.
see a whole lot of dirt.
Okay. Yep.
We're not asking you to release him.
Good, because we're not going to.
Of course, we completely understand that. It's just there seems to be some...
We need to talk before you take him away.
We're not allowed to talk with that one. They point to Kai Ming.
Can you
And
talk around her?
She then turns and starts heading off in the opposite direction. Why should we be talking to you? You can talk with your friend when he gets to jail.
But there's gold, suspicious gold. Don't you want to understand why he attacked her in the first place?
We can question him at the jail, not here in the hills.
Do you have authority to do that? I know this is called Kyoshi Island, but that doesn't necessarily mean so. Do you have authority?
One of the Kyoshi warriors stands up a little straighter, puffs her chest out a little bit. Yes.
Fantastic.
Oh, great.
What are the proper channels by which we can protest this?
You can come with us.
Then we will come with you.
Excellent.
Now, what are the Salons paying you all for? And I say, gesturing to the pile of gold. Or the, scatter of gold.
That's not ours. And then Selah, who is still there, shakes her head finally. He managed to get them into my uniform.
That's not. So I'm gonna whip my head up here if they'll allow me. That's not true.
Right?
It's sewn into her outfit.
As you lift your head up, there's that same war fan going. Thunk.
Clonk. Oh.
So it's not
Ow.
enough to
Right.
It doesn't hurt, but there's definitely this you don't get to have your head up.
Right. Okay.
You shout into the dirt.
I will
Ask
continue to shout into
anyone.
the dirt.
We arrived on this island this morning.
What are the chances I could bend a bit of rock to trip Selah?
Oh, pretty good.
I would like to attempt that.
I'll let you rely on your skills and training for that, but I'm going to give you +1 forward for this because she is concussed.
So that doesn't apply to this roll, but to future?
No, for this roll.
Ooh, good. Then that is 13.
Okay, well, as a result...
Whoa! Does she do this? Whoa! 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 You know.
What do you... So you're looking to trip her?
I want her to trip and have enough of her garb kind of fly up to reveal that it was sewn in. It wasn't planted by this Yahoo.
Okay, I'm going to
fair.
offer you
Gentleman.
then that you can lift up a spike of rock just behind her enough that it goes basically up the back of her
That it
skirt,
catches it?
That it catches
Yeah,
it.
that's
So that
perfect.
then she'll fall, but it'll pull her armor away.
That's great.
Oh, that's nice.
Not off. It can't be that easy to disarm somebody, but enough so that it'll go whoop, and then that might cause more coins to
A very
fall.
elegant solution. I approve. Thank
All
you
right.
very much.
Well, you did roll 13, so you got to get something out.
13 out of 12, no less. Yeah.
The column of rock just pierces up underneath her. She trips and she can't fall because the rock is actually now caught on her armor. But a few more coins just drop out from within the lining and fall onto the ground. There aren't that many more. I would say that the amount of gold that you've seen fall from this is... It would be like the equivalent of a month's good wages. It's quite a bit of money.
It's a good chunk of change.
Yeah,
it's
it's
not
not-
like $20. It's like $1,000.
Yeah.
Or a few thousand.
Yeah, it would be like the equivalent of you getting, I'd say more like $2,000
Yeah.
Canadian. You can do the conversion on your own.
Yeah.
So about $2,000. So not like life-changing money, but
No.
definitely not like, oh yeah, here's 50
Yeah,
bucks,
thanks
right?
for helping me. Here's $50. Yeah.
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 So your gambit then gets the attention of some of the other warriors, and they look back, and then one of them says, maybe we shouldn't go back yet. Maybe we should figure this out. That's within your armor.
So unless she's wearing someone else's armor.
You need to still be quiet. Clunk. I promise that you'll get the chance to speak, but not yet. Do you understand? And then she lets the fan go just a bit so that if you wanted to, you could nod or shake your head.
I try not to move my head, but I say, yes, ma'am.
Ma'am? I'm not a ma'am. Put him down. And they...
Yeah.
Oh, God. Wait, what? Off a cliff, yeah. Better.
And they put you down onto a rock. So you're now sitting with your hands behind you. Remember, you're still tied at the knees, the ankles, and the wrists.
Right.
It's possible. You are strong. You may be able to, like, snap it. I should also say that one of the other Kyoshi warriors has picked up your 3-section staff and has it tucked in her belt.
Okay.
Respectfully.
Sure.
Okay. So that we're all here. Maybe some introductions are in order. Yeah, just...
I'm ready.
The pen. I am Mana.
Mana?
Sure. I'm the leader of the Kyoshi warriors here, and you are. She's, by the way, she wasn't carrying you. She isn't holding the staff.
Okay.
She is the one who called out to you initially.
Mm-hmm.
I'm done. As I kind of yelled, I am the seeker, one of the seekers of the Order of Passage. Nice to meet you. Sorry.
Sauon Bao.
If saying your name means anything to her, she makes no sign. She respectfully hears it, but to her, their name is
Not relevant to
not
life.
well. It's relevant in that I asked what your name was,
yeah.
but not relevant as in like Salwan. Oh.
Yeah. I do look directly at Sayla.
Sayla also does not seem to react to this. But she's also concussed, or possibly a good liar.
God, some options.
Okay. Can we get you water? You've just been in a fight. We understand that you took out the combustion vendor.
As did he.
Yes, that's true. We're still offering you water.
I'm
Okay.
fine, thank you.
I'm all right, thanks.
Yes, please.
One of the warriors who is formerly carrying you produces a flask, and then hands it to Mana. Mana approaches you, Young-Soo, and then very, very gently just allows you to drink from it. There's when she gets close, like the clothing, the armor that she's wearing, it smells like it's been very well maintained. Like the oils rubbed into it to keep it supple. And it looks pristine. In fact, they all look pristine.
Laundry.
Nice.
Thanks.
Okay. You understand why you are currently still bound.
Yes, I did something very, very stupid and dangerous. Not in that order.
So there's this, like, they weren't expecting you to say the word stupid? Stupid? You're saying that you had no good reason to attack one of us?
No, very good reason. I didn't trust her. She said there were more of you out there, and I thought she was bluffing. Stupid or unlucky, maybe.
We don't abandon our own.
That was eyes wander in the direction that Kaiming went.
Sayla and Kaiming were fighting over something. You don't abandon your own. How would you not have seen that?
There's a difference between us splitting up and us abandoning each other.
Right.
Can we talk a bit about the gold, please?
Yes, let's talk about the gold.
It seems this is pretty important, where the gold came from and why it was being paid to a Kyoshi warrior.
We are not paid in gold. And there's this look at Sela like, what is going on here? And Sela just says, he must have snuck it into my armor when he knocked me out.
You all were watching.
Examine her armor.
We don't disrobe until the battle is done.
So you can't take a look at the seams?
That we can do. And she looks at two of the others and tilts her head. They approach and Sela's just like, whoa, 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 you don't have to. And then they lift up the armor. This has been recently opened and stitched shut. This tear is not part of that. Sela just says, girls, you know me. I would never. And Mana says, her too. They bind her wrists, her knees, her ankles very, very quickly. She's protesting, and you can see that she's tears have sprung from her eyes and running down, although the face paint is quite good, so it does not run.
Do you have your own personal armor, or is there a central place where you take it from?
It's all fitted directly to us. We have extras.
Sela, I think it would really be in your best interest to tell us a little bit more about what's going on. We just got here. We're trying to catch up.
First, you attacked her. Why?
2 reasons. One, that, and I motioned to the gold in general.
Are you aware that Kyoshi warriors aren't supposed to be carrying gold like that?
I thought it possible that she was being sent on a mission to the Fire Nation. Sure, and would need currency. I don't know. It wasn't just that. She is trying to take something back that once belonged here. But we believe very strongly that the mirror scale needs to be protected in a different way. There are powerful people after it. And she took off running.
So you attacked her because she was showing that she had gold on her, and because she may be trying to return an artifact that belongs to Kyoshi Island. Because you think otherwise.
I won't speak for my companions. But yes, I believe very strongly that this...
So I'm gonna interrupt you for a second. I'm gonna remind you that if I'm correct, and please feel free to back me up, anyone, you went after Sela because she was shedding this gold.
Yes,
And
specifically.
it seemed like it was coming from
Her.
Yeah.
and that she was
And that,
she
why?
fled.
Where did it come from? Yeah, sure.
Okay, so you did not go after her specifically because of the mirror scale. You went after her because of the gold.
No.
And because it seemed suspicious.
Correct.
Not. So I just want to make sure that are you trying to represent that to Mana, or are you deliberately not representing that?
No, I am trying to represent that. So I'll highlight it more.
Okay.
But I am, like...
Just because right now it made it seem like the main reason you went after her is because
yeah.
you were like, I don't want to give back the mirror scale.
No, that's
And that's not
fair.
the reason you chased her.
No, that's true. To be fair, once I got to her, she was like, well, I'm going to give the mirror scale back to the... Right, so it became relevant again.
Okay.
However, good point. Something is happening here. Something is happening in Republic City, something is happening in the Earth Kingdom, something is happening around the world that is involving many different people. And it's threatening our way of life, the spirit world, and the balance of the world itself.
We're not the stewards of the spirit world.
She is. Kind of.
She is a self-professed guardian of the spirit world. Not to take anything away from you, but at the moment, I don't believe that there's any government that officially recognizes that there is a safeguard for the spirit world.
No, and I would never presume to put myself in such a position of responsibility. I will say that I was...
She specifically said that she was done being the barrier,
That's right.
the bridge between worlds.
I will say that I was chosen by Fox Spirit
Can confirm.
representatives of Wan Shi Tong to be a seeker of the Order of Passage, so I stand kind of equidistant between the Order of Passage and the spirit world. And one day when the library is found again, I will ostensibly be there, kind of as a middle ground. I think I have some say in this.
None of us are trying to take away from your responsibilities, Seeker, just to say that we're trying to figure out what's happening here. And at the moment, there is an accusation brought to one of us. An accusation we're taking seriously. You mean to imply that she has been bribed?
We would like to know where the gold came from.
Where did the gold come from? And she picks up one of them and looks at it. There is a stamp of the Fire Nation on it. So it's Fire Nation gold.
It was minted specifically near Fire Fountain City, heated by the blah blah blah. really thorough explanation about how it's minted and why it's that particular shade, but like in a couple sentences by the Sour, and you can tell because Maker's Mark.
So we know that the gold came from one location.
Yes.
Did you specifically, when you said this, did you specifically mention that it comes from a Sawan mint?
I did.
Okay. Sawan Bao, you did not give this gold.
No.
Is it possible that somebody else could have gained access to this gold from your family?
Absolutely.
And yet it is all from one place, and it is from a place of your family.
Yes.
I see. Thank you. And there's this moment where Mana kind of looks Bao up and down as if evaluating them for a moment. Just because you are not wearing clothing that specifically highlights your Fire Nation affiliation. And also you just bent air a whole bunch, which they did tell.
Sir.
Sayla, who paid you this gold?
Sayla shuts her mouth.
Come on. Won't it help you to tell us the truth now? What about your fellow warriors that you've been fighting alongside? It doesn't seem fair to keep secrets from them.
I can help you close out whatever deal you struck, so it won't come back to bite you.
Tears continue to stream down her cheeks, but she's not talking. Not yet, anyway.
Sayla, are you the reason why word got out that the mirror scale was being kept on Kyoshi Island in the first place?
An involuntary gasp from Young-Soo.
Are you the reason why it was stolen?
After a couple of seconds, she just completely drops her head. The tears stop flowing. Well, they don't stop flowing, but the tears aren't like loud. She's not sobbing or anything, but she's eerily quiet now. Mana turns to her, and there's this... Her eyes grow very wide. Release him.
Your sister was in charge of guarding it.
One of the Kyoshi warriors starts to undo your bonds. There's, oddly enough, there's a cool towel that's slightly moistened being placed just around where the bonds were against your skin, just to soothe it a little bit.
That's very kind.
Kai Ming's been trying to retrieve it for 5 years. You just let her exile herself. Sayla, now's the time to deny it. Am I wrong? Now is the time to deny it, right?
She'll have to face trial.
She's not going to deny it, Don.
I need to know how that money got involved.
It's true. This implicates your family, and I'm not against trying to find that information for you, Sawan Bao. But perhaps it would be best if we returned to the village. There's something that we need to do first. If you do not deny that you have betrayed the Kyoshi warriors, you're no longer fit to wear that uniform. And I will do you the dignity of removing it in private instead of running you back into the city with everyone being able to see your shame. Sayla's still not saying anything.
Damn.
Mana looks upset, but like she's holding it together, you know, like I'm the leader, I gotta do this. And then each of the other Kyoshi warriors that are present start to first they are surveying the area, they each come back, there's no one else here, and one of them says Kaiming is that way. She points behind her. It appears that we have a lot to talk about. All of us. Return his weapon, please. You're presented your 3-section staff back.
I will put it back, sling it across my back.
With a flourish?
Nope. No flourishes today. Sorry, right now. Clearly there will be flourishes today.
Oh, God.
I want to make something clear to everybody here and right now. No one has accused any of these three of a crime, especially Sawan Bao. Just because the gold comes from somewhere that her family has access to does not mean that she is responsible.
Hey,
They, sorry.
that's okay. But I need to know. I need to fix this.
That's understandable. It doesn't appear that she's speaking just yet.
Who are you protecting? Looking at Sayla, whether or not she's looking at me. No one would be the silent protecting their own, only themselves.
It sounds like you're trying to guide and comfort.
Ooh, fascinating.
Yeah. This is gonna not go well.
So I want you to roll with harmony.
Yeah. And I'm angry.
Yeah.
So that's a -3.
Oh.
-3?
Yeah, because I've
Oh,
got
because you have -1 in harmony?
-1 to
Oh, fuck.
harmony. Yep.
Okay, well, let's have a look and see what this
Roll
is.
that. 6.
Oh.
Oh.
I mean, one of them's out of the tray, but 3.
Oh, dear.
You
I almost
roll-
had
in other words,
-1.
you rolled a 6 and then you subtract 4.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, dear.
Shit happens.
She looks up at you. It was Zhai.
How quickly do you sew?
I'm a trained warrior, known to be deadly with anything, including a needle. Who is Zhai?
A family member.
Is he here?
He's on the island.
May we speak with him?
Of course.
I'll go get him.
There's this like, huh?
I'll go get him. If that's okay.
Mana looks at one of them and says, "Go with her. To protect you.
I don't need protection.
Then to protect us.
If he sees someone else, he'll think it's a trap.
We're asking him a few questions. We're not bringing him in."
Okay. Let's go. I start marching off with great purpose.
She points at the others. Accompany all of them. We're going to bring them back to our compound, where we'll retake the armor that's been sullied. I am going after Kaimeng. And then one of the other goes, "Mana, you can't. She's the one who requested that we not speak to her. We have to respect what she wants."
Do you want me to ask her to join us? I'm not sworn to anything.
The two of you do not fall under this. You've spoken with her.
Yes.
Can I ask you something?
Probably don't know much more than you.
Is she okay? We haven't heard from her in 5 years.
She certainly seemed very guarded. When we decided to come here, I thought she'd be excited. She asked me, "Isn't it fine for me to have conflicting feelings about this place?" She didn't tell us. She didn't tell us that she made you all swear to not talk to her. We thought you were being awful to her.
Maybe we are.
She is torn between her two facets of her honor. At least two, probably dozens.
I'll go with you. We'll see if we can get her to come back with us. The rest, you know where to go. I won't speak with her. Not unless she says it's all right. Is that all right?
Yes.
I imagine she'll want to come with us.
The combustion bender. She was taken under Jai's
Yes, he led her back to...
because he is an official representative of the Fire Nation.
Exactly. So she's being kept prisoner there.
I think there are a lot of webs being woven. I think that Sayla's still protecting someone. I think Shai is either implicated or framed. Same with Sayla.
Perhaps same with you.
Trust or do not. I am here.
Listen,
Nice.
Nice.
I'm writing that
I
down.
want a shirt that says that.
you've done a great service for us. We won't forget it. I know that I'm asking you to do one more. And maybe you did too. And there's this sort of like, moment from her as she's sort of like, I get it. You kicked some ass. You kicked somebody who I ostensibly I don't want you to kick that person's ass, but maybe it's an important thing that her ass got kicked.
No, don't sell yourself short.
Still, you managed to take out a Kyoshi warrior. There's an eyebrow raise.
She almost took me out.
Let's go.
Yeah.
So you're headed where?
Well, I have a spirit still in one arm and a sunflower in the other. And so I'm just puttering
And a
along.
Kyoshi warrior.
And a Kyoshi warrior. I'm heading towards Donk's house first.
Okay, so you're headed to New Donk City.
New Donk City,
Very good.
exactly. Am I allowed to ask for your name?
Sure, it's Jang. J&G.
Thank you.
Was she implicated in any of the actions of like tying him up or untying or carrying his weapon or anything?
Jang was one of the ones who was carrying him.
Cool.
So she's.
Trying to like cross off that list so that you don't have to name like 50 of them.
Oh my
You can
God.
at least be specific.
It took 4 of them to lift you. I mean,
Yeah.
sure, she's strong, I guess, but like,
Okay. Yeah.
you know, it's not that she was like, "Come on, little boy." Brr."
Yeah.
I will crush your head, little man.
What was your name? On the top?
Xenia.
Xenia on the top.
Yeah.
Incredible.
So we're puttering along. I just need to drop all of this off at Dog's house. Is it okay? I'm like holding all this.
This sentient creature.
Yes. We're gonna get you some food.
Clutches at you a little harder.
I am keeping an eye peeled for Shy.
All right. Why don't you assess a situation?
Where is my thing? God, Liz, where did you have like 5 character sheets?
You,
have, like,
you have two NPC sheets, but no reference sheets.
Where
Do you have 2 reference sheets?
But no
I'll check.
NPC.
But anyway, it's creativity anyway. Just
Thank you so
yeah,
much.
Of course.
Creativity.
Yeah.
For God's sake, Liz, what is
And
wrong?
I'll show you that list of.
Absolutely not. That is 5.
Oh, fucking rip.
Okay. You don't see him.
Okay. Womp.
But no, you failed the roll. I don't get.
Yep,
I don't.
this is
I don't
cool.
get to tell you.
Nar.
Sorry.
That's okay. As we approach the building.
Yeah.
So are you like going in with me too, or this is just where we're all staying? I'm gonna leave this little one in Yangsu's room.
Now your arm hurts a little.
If they'll let me leave him behind.
I mean, you can do what you like. I don't think we're any rush. I'd rather that you feel comfortable with what's going on. And then Donk opens the door. So?
Oh, right. So, we're having a bit of a discussion around.
Sunflowers.
Yeah. I'll explain everything later if that's okay. I just have to run all of this upstairs. I have an escort. Would it be okay if she waits down here?
Sure.
Thank you. I'll be 2 seconds.
Okay.
And I run up the stairs.
Dunk, 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 dunk.
Straight to Jai's room.
Right into Jai's room?
To see
Okay.
if he's there.
He is not in his room.
Crap.
It was taken
However-
from
I
the
know.
summer shipper. Yeah.
I
The
know.
door is open.
I poke my head in.
Oh, I see. Poke your head in. Okay.
Yars.
What are
I
you
have an
doing?
escort.
What are you doing in here? You want to look
Yeah,
around?
could she come in right now?
Yes.
Okay.
But it's more of a cursory glance. Like I don't think I'm doing any deep digging
Okay.
unless I happen to roll 14.
You see that there's. Well, I mean, I don't think I'm going to make you roll for this because you're not specifically doing any deep digging.
Yeah.
You see that he's already hung up his clothing.
Mm-hmm.
You see that he has a black, like it's an onyx box which is sitting on the dresser. It's propped open, and inside you see that there's a perfumed stick, a comb, some general toiletries.
Nice.
It's a good one. Weird one.
Just walks around with like a bucket.
It smells of sandalwood
Nice.
with just a hint of something spicy.
Nice.
Flamio.
Flamio doesn't see any of that gold on first glance. Right?
No, there's none of this gold here.
Okay. She runs to the window and looks out towards the summer shark.
So it's all the way down into the harbor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you could have an uninterrupted view. You're a little higher up. Okay.
There's no view of him that way. I assume he's on board,
If he's inside it, then
that's
you would be
it.
able to see him.
Just in case he was like strolling around on the docks or whatever.
Or if it was on fire or something.
That's it.
Gone.
But then
Or gone, yeah.
Huh?
Hi. Sorry.
Spirit clutching at your arm still.
I'm sorry. I have a date with this guy and I don't know if I can trust him. I don't know if I should be warning him about the questioning or if I should just go on the date and pretend that nothing's wrong and see if I can get information out of him because I'm not a great liar and I don't know if maybe I should just tell him that I'm suspicious of him and see if he tells me the truth, or maybe he was using me this entire time and he would just tell me what I want to hear. What would you do?
So the spirit kind of rocks back against its tail and sort of thumps its three little stumps in front of it. There's this very sort of like look that goes on its head, and it sits this way for 3 seconds, and it tilts its head back up and it looks up at you. And then it reaches towards the box on the dresser.
Don goes towards the box. Lifts up towards the box.
And then the spirit looks at the bed.
As if it wants to be lifted to
No, it's pointing at you and then pointing at the bed.
Don sits on the bed?
After a couple of seconds, the spirit crawls up your back and you can feel the comb starts to
That's really nice.
go into the hair.
Okay, no, wait. We've got we have work we need to do. Thank you so much. Okay. Thank you so much, little
charming.
buddy.
That's charming.
Gently takes her hair out of the comb and puts it back in the box.
The hair or the comb?
Comb.
Just a little something.
The hair goes under the mattress.
I have to brush my hair.
All right. Okay.
Are these donuts?
Yeah, I don't know either. Come on, I'm gonna leave you in Youngsu's room, okay? You'll be safe there. And I have to go to a summer shark. And talk to someone that may or may not be trying to kill us all. I don't know. You know he just leaves you behind because he's worried about you, right? As I start walking away.
The spirit just gets onto the ground and starts waddling its way.
Oh, no.
He cares about you, and that's why he doesn't want to see you hurt. Still moving towards the door.
That's nice.
Okay. You go into Youngsu's room?
Yeah.
What's in Youngsu's room?
Literally nothing.
Just like 6 vests.
One for every day of the week. On Sundays.
Staff wax.
Oh my god.
Actually, that's
And chain
senor.
lube.
Senor. Yeah. It's sex
So you're-
wax, like for a board. So, yeah.
So you're leaving.
Yeah.
So Ha gets on the bed and then crawls up to the top and then goes under the covers. So now there's just this big lump that's going down the bed covers.
I mean, that
Don leaves the sunflower in the bed.
Your bed is now full of sunflower seeds.
shit.
For Ha to
No,
play
that's
with,
fine.
but yes.
It will
So
be.
as you leave, you do hear the sound of one sunflower seed being dropped off the side of the bed from under the covers and clattering to the floor.
Oh, that's
Fuck was
cute.
eating sunflower seeds in my bed.
Oh, it's not eating them.
Okay.
It's just literally picking one out and going, eh.
Oh my god.
Amazing.
It is amazing.
All right. So Don
You're going to head down.
heads back out now.
Okay. So for the two of you.
Mm-hmm. We are accompanying Mana to find and talk to Kaiming.
It doesn't take long to find Kaiming. She's not making any great effort. hide. But she's standing on one of the furthest hills that's overlooking the harbor. The wind is pushing back against her. Her armor's heavy enough that it doesn't really flow with the wind, but her hair does. She's just like resolutely staring out to sea, and it's the fact that the wind is just coming into her face means that like her eyes are a bit watery, but she has her hands clasped behind her back. Mana stops. I can't go any further than this.
She chooses to end her exile.
Could you tell her something?
Yeah.
Could you tell her that we love her?
Yeah. Yeah, we can do that.
Mana crouches and then kneels on the ground. Her knees spread slightly apart, her hands on her thighs.
Yeah.
And we're
Approaching.
going to kind of...
Timing.
The Kyoshi warrior stands. She presumably hears that you're approaching, but doesn't
Yeah,
turn
don't try to
around.
hide that.
I mean, you are an airbender. You could be Twinkle Toes.
Pretty light on
Not
your
at this
feet.
moment.
Twinkle toes.
She's protecting something or someone.
Who?
Your sister.
I don't know what you're talking about. She's just trying to get the mirror scale back.
No, Kai Ming. She basically admitted to the fact that she's the reason the mirror scale was stolen in the first place. I don't know if...
Or at least she feels the guilt of that burden, much like you feel the guilt of its loss.
No, that's impossible. She turns to face the two of you now, and she has a very, very deep frown.
Why? Why is that impossible?
She would never do that to me.
Of course not.
Bao tells us that inside Sayla's armor was gold, which we all saw, Fire Nation gold, but that it is the property of the
manufactured by the Sawan mines.
It should
Or
be pointed out
forge or
that in
whatever.
this era, gold is not as common tender as it once was.
Right, sure. Okay.
We're taking the Fire Nation back to the gold standard.
Yeah.
It's not impossible that someone could have taken
Make
a
the
bunch of
Fire
Sauron
Nation
gold,
great
though,
again.
right? And
Ron Paul Fire Nation
Yeah.
2024.
Yeah, could someone have done a massive heist and stolen a bunch of gold?
Could be.
it's possible. I don't
I
see
mean,
why not.
it
Right?
also
Like,
could be like, someone was paid and then has
And then
then
has-
used the money, right? Like,
right.
yeah. There's all kinds of
doesn't
sources.
just transform.
They've been
The
laundering
advantage
their
of gold
money.
like this is that it can be melted down,
Yep.
right? It
Yep.
maintains its value even if
Yeah.
it's...
Right. Look, Sayla hasn't admitted anything really yet, but it's clear that
You just said that she basically did.
she didn't deny it. And she has gold from the Fire Nation. Why? She won't tell us.
I have some gold from a whole bunch of different places. I take whatever people pay me.
She has only coins all from the same mint.
I don't understand.
Neither do we. We're hoping to get to the bottom of it.
It's not impossible that a group of people from the Fire Nation, a group of people from, I don't know, the Southern Water Tribe, a group of people from Republic City are all working together to get this artifact back, Kai Ming. We don't know.
Or that someone said that they would hurt you unless she did something for them. She could.
We want to see the best in her. What you probably see in her. But we don't know her.
She's in trouble.
Yeah.
So you're saying that all of this, the past 5 years, might be because she decided that that was what was important?
We don't know. She feels guilt over the loss of the scale.
Where is it?
Safe.
Where is it?
Safe.
She draws herself back a little bit, eyeing the two of you.
I kind of try to gesture discreetly to the fact that
Were you
Mana
even
is...
there? Oh yeah,
Oh.
Mana's here, but yeah, I don't know if you were you still on the mountain when Bao yoinked it?
Yes, because
Yeah.
it was
Oh,
from
right,
Selah, right?
Great.
But I actually don't know
Yeah.
necessarily what you've
Yeah.
done with it.
Yeah.
I try to discreetly point at the fact that someone else is watching, kind of.
Oh, Mana.
She had a message for you.
I shouldn't hear it.
She said we love her. To tell you that they love you.
No.
They wouldn't be honoring your request if they didn't.
It's true. Kaiming, we didn't know that you had done this to yourself, that your sense of honor demanded that you do this to yourself. There's so much that you're keeping from us, and that's your right.
It should go back to Tatik. We don't know that the package has the mirror scale in it.
Do you know where Tatik is? Then who should take care of it? Where should it go? What if Tatik has fled? What if Tatik is wallowing in his sorrows on some ship sailing halfway across the world because he failed his mission? What if he's been captured and he's in trouble?
Well, then I need to get him back. He owes me for rent.
Kaiming, it's important to have guiding principles in your life, and your sense of honor is among the strongest that I've ever seen. But don't you think it's important to also recognize the reality of the world around you? This might be bigger. This might be bigger than what you think.
My family is implicated. They are pulling strings.
So you're gonna hate me.
No.
Yeah.
Because it sounds like you're pleading.
Ah. Oh, okay.
Do you have a penalty to your plea?
No.
Oh.
You'd have to be troubled.
No, well, I don't think either of you are troubled. I think that we've made it clear that at the moment you are angry and guilty.
And insecure over here. Figure that out.
Oh, yeah,
Something
no,
like-
that-
it's there's a lot of conditions floating around here.
Yeah, you're not doing so hot right now. Don's doing okay.
Oh.
We're done.
It's okay. Don has to go on a date.
Don's already feeling emotions without having them forced on his conditions, right? That would be my assessment.
Don's feeling
Yeah.
many emotions. It's true.
But yeah, I think that's right. To
Yeah.
look at what it says.
Okay,
exactly.
so plead. You're pleading with an NPC who cares what you think for help, support, or action. So I'm going to have to ask one of you to roll with harmony.
Okay. I'm gonna go
Oh
for it.
no!
I'm gonna do it. No, it's better. It's better.
On a 7 to 9, they need
Better is
something
not
more.
Fuck you.
But on a 10 plus, they'll act now and they'll do their best until the situation changes.
Do we have to declare the specific intention of it before it happens?
As far as I can tell, you're pleading
I feel like
her to essentially let this package
Into our care, yeah.
Let
Oh, yes.
Right.
to
Yeah.
let it into to essentially to surrender the package as opposed to insisting that it should go to Tatik.
Tatik, yeah. Because otherwise, who knows? 9.
Now, Bao, you could
Mark of fatigue to help.
mark a fatigue to help, and then drive that up to 10, which means that she wouldn't need to impose an additional condition. I feel compelled to remind you of this, even though that is distinctly poor from my perspective in some ways.
It's always
The break points-
appreciated.
yeah,
though,
for
that you
sure.
do.
It's actually not poor from my perspective.
No, the breakpoints are important too.
I would just say it doesn't work if I didn't want
I
it.
don't know. Do you think we want to get the auto success, or are we okay with her needing something more?
God. I'm worried that the something more is going to be something
All right, I'll try to help.
ridiculous.
You don't have to try to help. You just mark a fatigue, and his roll goes up by 1.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Just an auto help.
So I will.
Up to 3 fatigue, please.
I'm giving
Thank
you your fatigue.
We'll have a nice big sleep at the spa. Put me under for a few days.
Okay. Can we just head back?
Yeah,
Can we open it with the rest of the warriors?
open it.
Tatik might be dead. I did my very, very best to try to get it back to him, but there's no one else in the embassy. And if he's gone and he's not coming back for his package, it's up to us to figure out what to do with it.
Exactly. To take care of it, to protect it. You're right. She's right.
You can open it now if you want, but it might be better to open it with them.
They won't let it out of their hands. They won't let it off this island. Not until Dawn's back. Dawn has plans for this that I think only she can convince others of. You are many. You are strong.
Respectfully, if Dawn wants it, she needs to earn it.
I don't want to give her that chance.
Suck it, Kai Ming.
Okay.
That was my friend.
We should at least find out what's in the package, right?
It would be pretty bad if it wasn't the scale. Although I can't see how that's possible.
It could be.
It absolutely could be. You don't know what's in the package.
No, I know. I'm just... Should we check? Then keep it.
Right now, the box is closed. Opening it changes everything. Right now, it could be anything.
Right.
Okay.
We wait for Dawn. Like you said.
And then we head back.
Yes.
I still can't speak with any of the Kyoshi warriors until we return the mirror scale. But I'll come with you. One of the seals popped.
I feel like that probably wasn't going to go
Parcel.
very well.
Yeah.
Seal.
Yep.
One of the seals is broken, but the box was not opened. You would need to pop at least 2 more seals before it would be easy. You could try to dig into the box.
And are they like wax seals? Or are they like spiritual, like...
They're like wax seals.
Okay. In my brain, they were like, "This is evil. Seal it with like those
shit,
paper
yeah.
charms with the
No,
the writing on
Oh,
them."
nice.
No.
It's
Yeah.
like the equivalent of
Okay.
a well-sealed envelope.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
So they're
Great. So it's not like oozing potentially like world's most powerful like because it is potentially this really powerful thing. So my brain, when you said seal, I was like,
so it's not made of wax; they're made of metal.
yeah, but
But
there are
like, if it pops
Yeah.
open, the metal will
Yeah.
show that it has been
Yeah.
moved.
But there doesn't seem to be like wards on it or whatever.
Yeah,
No,
that's
it's not
exactly
like a
it.
spiritual ward.
cool. Thank you.
Although, yeah.
I mean, unless Down put some on there, we weren't looking.
I wish I knew how to do that. That's
Ah,
awesome.
You
go.
can push your luck.
That's badass. I'd like to push my luck.
Yeah, you just
Roll.
like. You know what? I just decided like Ha's made of goo or whatever.
Yeah, he just
so, like,
scooshes it.
yeah.
Oh my god, amazing.
May I request before we hop back to the
Our break.
our break, just because I should have peed before we started streaming.
I too am like.
We're
Are we at
almost
break
done this
time?
scene.
Perfect.
We're almost
Oh,
done
sorry. I
this
thought you were streaming.
No.
I'll wait to deliver my return message when I can. Thank you.
You put his mission above your own.
I felt it only fair. As much as I wanted to restore my own honor, I couldn't take his.
Not everyone feels that way.
No. But I do.
I know.
I think this chapter is coming to a close for you. and you get to write a new one.
Okay.
And it can have boba or not.
Episode title.
Boba
All
or
right.
not.
Then I think at that point it would be time for us to take a break.
Push guys
For
off
all
the
of
cliff.
you out there, we don't like the fact that Twitch forces some ads. So we're going to run the ads now because it's a break. So if you are not subscribed to this channel, you're going to see a few minutes of ads. But we're going to be taking a 5-minute break.
Yes.
So please come and join us. And hey, if you're still with us, feel free to ask questions.
Yeah, I will also be joining. I just also wanted to say an out loud hello, hi to the Raiders. Thanks for the new followers. It's so cool to see folks here. A Tale of D20s, I feel like I might be following, but if I'm not, I will be checking y'all out soon. Super cool to see so many new faces in the chat. So hi. Okay, bye. I'm also taking my bail.
Go.
Get out of here. Oh my god.
So, yeah. Remind me to tell Scott that he can take down the trapped card. We have these status cards that we picked up from Magpie, who made them, which show art from the show, but also specifically the conditions and status there. So, what kind of prototype are you working on, Koku Fenders? Hopefully it's something fun. Hoping that it'll be enjoyable for you. We're in the middle of the funny thing is that we're enjoying this campaign quite a bit. So we currently, as far as I can tell, we don't have any plans on stopping it anytime soon. But we are always preparing for what's coming up. So it's one of those things where we have we're hoping that things go well, but we're always preparing for something new. We've got some interesting things in the works. I can say that much. I am very much looking forward to being able to reveal more. But for now, just know that there's some interesting stuff, both kind of for the stream and outside the stream. So we'll see what we're looking at. Hopefully soon. A D100 BRP variant for a simpler version of RuneQuest using a Swedish RPG, Hero Quest, and a bit of French stuff. Well, that sounds like quite the prototype. So I wish you luck for it. Gilligood has a question for me as the storyteller, facilitator, whatever. This game technically uses the term game master. It's not a term that I like to use for myself, so I just use storyteller. Is this what I'm used to? How does the system feel to run compared to some others that I've run in the past? I think that there's a lot of advantage to making a system whereby the very much the focus of like, does this match the fiction, then it works, kind of appeals to me. I will say that right now, this feels like a nicer way to play if we're looking for something that's not quite as tactical and a bit more rules light. There's sometimes a little bit of a struggle because you have to follow along with the moves that are given for you. You can create new moves, but one thing that I have noticed is for things like, there isn't a way to just be like, I want to check a perception roll. And in a way, I really like that. I don't like perception that much as a stat because I think it's just ultimately too important. There's just too much pressure for people to have the ability to check their surroundings. But what perception often ends up being is the tell me what the answer is button. And this doesn't have that, which I like. But then sometimes someone will do something and I'm like, well, I want to let you roll, but the basic moves don't cover it. So there's a little bit of adjustment there. The combat I find interesting in a certain kind of tactic way. I think we might have to run it a few more times to really get a feel for it, but I will say that it's probably, at the moment, my least favorite part of this system. That's not to say that I don't like it, just that it's not my absolute favorite. If I was running a storyteller system game like World of Darkness or Exalted, those have some more granularity and some more crunch to them, which I think that I enjoy and I think my players enjoy as well. But I think that we're enjoying this one quite a bit. So I would definitely not say I'm a convert. I'm never running World of Darkness again. Like, absolutely not. But I think that this game's mechanics are also well designed for the universe that it's trying to portray. I don't want to think about how much of a pain in the ass it would be to have a hard magic system for bending.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be super annoying.
No,
No,
I really
thanks.
think that the decision to make it just a little square you fill in on your sheet, and you get a handful of flavorful ways to be like, you get +1 to something. That I think that was such a good choice.
Yeah.
No.
No to hard magic systems in Avatar. I think we're all in
all
agreement there.
poop
That's
nuts.
just not a thing. So, Zablika, I'm just going to address this before we return to game. The way that Baker describes Apocalypse World design, it's layered so that you can roll for things that don't have moves to find. Yes, but I don't want to make some of these things moves. I like the fact that there isn't just a perception roll that's like, tell me more about this. Like, I kind of like the fact that that's not there. I just have to make sure that I'm tracking constantly. Like, even when Bao earlier was, I made the call that it sounded like it was a guide and comfort thing. I knew that one of the outcomes of guide and comfort is you get to ask a question and they can answer it. So I was like, yeah, well, we could totally try this. So it's recognizing when these things match the basic moves that is currently just the adjustment period for us, I think.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Things like, this is the first time I think plead has ever come up.
I think so. Yeah.
too.
Which now means that you have used all of the basic moves. Ta-da!
Hey!
And it only
Achievement
took
unlocked.
Haven't used all of the balance moves. Remember that you can use balance moves. So potentially, for instance, I might have said that you were trying to call Sela out, right? To call someone out to live up to their principle. So we can take a look at that later on in the future. Are we ready to get back into this?
Hell yeah.
You head back down to the harbor. Jang, who's coming with you. So you're going out on a date?
Just checking. How does Jang know that? Okay, cool. How do you know that?
I heard you listening to your spirit friend. Or I heard you talking to your spirit friend.
You have really good hearing.
Yes, I do.
I'm sorry. I'm not trying to deceive you. I'm genuinely confused.
Well, why are you confused? Do you like the guy?
Yeah.
Do you think that he's a master criminal?
I don't know him well enough to say for sure.
But you like the guy.
Yeah. I think he's
So what's
smart
wrong with
enough
you?
to be.
So what's wrong with going on a date with him? You're not getting married.
Cause
You're not going to be his forever girl.
No, definitely not. Because, I mean, we both have responsibilities that would take us away from anything serious, that's for sure. But no, what if he's just been using me this whole time?
Then I think you're going to make him pay.
Is that what you would do? What would you do if you were in my situation? Would
I'd
you
go
go
on a
on?
date.
And then if you somehow caught him out in a lie, you would just make him pay?
Yes.
I'm Team J.
How would you make him pay?
It's simple.
Oh, it depends. Did he just lie to me? Maybe a well-timed glass of water to the face, with everyone else in the restaurant seeing.
Okay.
Is he a criminal mastermind who's been undermining the strength and sovereignty of Kyoshi Island and maybe taking some of our most valued artifacts? He'd get to know how well I can use my hands.
Wow.
And if the date went really well,
Then you'd also get to know well I can use my hands. What if he maybe used your belief system to get a tour to the spirit realm and only pretended to care about the questions and answers that he received there.
She stops. She turns to you.
What if it hurts?
Well, that's something that I learned. Love always has the possibility of hurting, even when
We're
it's
not talking
worth
about
it.
love. It's really... It's too soon for that. Sorry, continue.
Anytime that you're opening yourself up to anything, you're letting your guard down. And whenever you're letting your guard down, there's a chance that you might get hurt. But you know what else? Always keeping your guard up doesn't stop people from attacking you, and sometimes they'll get through. You can get hurt no matter what. So why don't you try getting hurt on your own terms for the right outcomes?
You're very smart when it comes to matters of the heart.
I've had a little experience.
Anything you want to share?
There's love and there's love. I miss my friend.
How?
She's been gone a long time, and I know that she's been gone for reasons that are very important to her. I don't agree with them. But what kind of a friend would I be if
You didn't support them.
Yeah. And it hurts. But I have to believe that I'm making the right choice.
Has this friend been gone for 5 years?
Yeah. Yeah,
I think she misses you too.
maybe. When you train together, when you stand together, when you fight together, you get a feel for each other. Something that's it's intimate in a way that isn't sexual. It's strong in a way that isn't physical.
It's like you develop your own language. I feel that way kind of about the other people of the Order.
So you know that it would be terrible if somebody took you away from that order and you couldn't even tell them why.
Or if a member of the Order suddenly decided that they needed us all to pretend that they didn't exist because this was some processing that they needed to do. I would probably never understand it, but I'd have to support them.
Honor, it's one of those things that I think is very, very important and also meaningless. I think that for somebody who cares, it's the most important thing they may hold on to, and at the same time, sometimes I just want to talk to my friend.
Yeah. I think you're gonna get that again soon.
I hope
do.
so. But what you're going down to see, if you don't trust him, if you're not sure, then if that part of you is overwhelming, then take him in. Don't take him out.
I want to be sure. What kind of seeker would I be if I just ran from knowledge? I need to know.
But maybe he's just fine, right?
He is fine.
Then I think you owe it to yourself to find out. And if you get hurt, I know a place where there's a few girls with a few stashed drinks. Go on.
Thanks, Jane. I'm really glad I met you.
I'm too. I can't follow you onto the ship. That's not my place. But if you need help, you call out, and I'll be right there.
I can make mountains. I mean, if I need to call for help, if you see a mountain suddenly sprout out of somewhere, yeah, it could be me. Just,
I'm not a bender. on something else.
Something awesome. Bye.
Go on. When you get onto the ship, you see the first thing is a woman who has a burlap sack over her head. There is a slit cut open so that she can breathe, but essentially it's just a tightly placed wrap around her head, which will, from what your knowledge is, will prevent her from combustion bending.
Okay.
Because it would strike the sack first. She needs to have her eye clear for that. And then you see the ship's captain. Not casting off, are we?
No, I'm here to see Jai.
Jai.
Yes.
All right, just give me a second. He pulls one of the communicator tubes, which is really just a literal tube.
Yeah.
You're just kind of raising your voice slightly.
Yeah,
Quite literally. Yeah.
Shouting in a tube.
That's it. Yep. 100%.
Speaking trumpet.
Someone find the general. Puts it back. Hey, are you alright? You look like you've done your hair, but you've been through crap.
Don reaches up a hand to touch her hair and realizes that it's probably half of it is really nicely combed,
Yep.
but half of it is still up, and she's like, "Oh my god." We have a few situations, but it's all going to be under control very soon.
Right.
Nothing you need to worry about.
Alright. Not worried.
Good.
Just do what you have to.
Don is trying to fix her hair. She ends up just taking
You
the whole
hear-
thing down.
Hear some chuckles from the figure in the burlap sack.
Yes, we're just a big joke to you, aren't we?
Sorry I mussed your hair.
You didn't muss my hair. A spirit mussed my hair. Thank you very much.
Oh no, she got stabbed.
Oh, it was the spirits. I see, I understand.
Is that the best insult you can come up with?
Unbelievable.
Jai appears. He's since changed into his general's dress outfit.
Look really shitty. It probably does. I just said it might look really shitty. I don't know why we're drinking yet.
Scott's just casually coming in with it.
Yeah, it's
You know, it doesn't look
military
great, right?
uniform. It's probably
That is honestly
Yeah.
fair. Can you imagine
Yeah.
if it was like fucking gunky
I just
and
want to point out that
massive sleeves and just looks weird. Anyway, sorry to interrupt.
I'm glad to see you.
You too. There's been a request to speak with you.
Speak with me.
Yes, are you able to leave here safely, or?
I don't think I'd be safer with anyone else than you.
Shall we? She kind of
We
gestures
shall.
to the
And
door.
he offers his elbow.
She kind of does a little she's not sure, and then maybe her sleeve gets kind of tangled in her arm a bit. Maybe I should just here. Let me get so it gets the door for him instead, as a way of trying to dodge that awkward moment.
Woof. Okay. He opens the door and sees that there's a Kyoshi warrior waiting on the dock.
Even though Jang is presumably in earshot, as soon as the Submershark door is closed, says, "Look, Salwan gold was found on one of the Kyoshi warriors. Bao has been questioned, and they're hoping to speak to you too. Is that all right?"
Because of Salwan gold?
Yes.
Where did they get Salwan gold? There's
Yes, this is good as mine.
significant but on his face. He does not know what's going on.
Do you accept to speak to them?
Of course. Is Bao all right?
They're fine. And then she offers her arm. Kind of apologetically.
He takes it absently. I wouldn't forgive myself if they weren't.
They're very exceptionally capable, you know.
Of course, but that doesn't mean I don't care about them. Shall we go?
This is Jang.
Jang just is. I'll follow behind you, and then when Jai looks up towards the rest of, like, leaving the harbor and back up to the city, she just gives you one of.
I'm obsessed. Your best friend.
Yeah, for sure.
Winking Kyoshi.
Yeah. You can take her with us, right?
I think you and Bao worry a lot about each other, but maybe you don't always see eye to eye. Is that fair to assume?
I think Bao is looking for something, and I want to do whatever I can to help them find it.
As long as they come back home afterwards?
Just because I think that's where they belong doesn't mean it's true.
And if they told you that their path swerved into another direction, would you accept that?
You're asking me if the sky was blue and you told me it was purple.
No. If the sky told you it was purple. My opinion doesn't matter. If the sky told you that it was purple.
Then it's purple. You would have... Who am I to say where they belong? I can try to guide them. I can try to make them see what I see, but could I force them? Never.
I'm really happy to hear that, you know.
I just hope I've never done anything to give you the impression that I would.
No, I mean, there were some awkward conversations on the Summer Shark that stemmed from a variety of things.
I can be passionate about what I believe. That doesn't mean that I would force them to do anything.
Do they know that?
I hope so. And then there's this moment of like, oh.
Oh, fuck. Yes.
Perhaps one day I'll be able to tell you, but I think that it's something that I should discuss with Bao first.
I think that's exactly right. I have so many questions for you.
Well, I'm on the way to answer a few of them, so what's a few more?
I'm trying to save at least some for our date, if you still want to go on a date.
I wouldn't have found a sunflower if I didn't.
It was really nice. It was huge.
How much Sawan gold was found?
I don't know. A fair amount.
What's a fair amount?
Dawn lists what she guesstimates to be the number of actual gold coins, but has no sense of what the value would be.
Nice, yeah. Fair.
That is concerning. I was carrying 5. I gave one of them to a young boy.
Okay, could this be
Delivered this
older gold? Is it possible that it's been here for a long time? I mean, I know gold
course
isn't
it's
as
possible.
commonly used.
But why would it be here? Maybe we'd better hurry.
Dawn doubles her pace.
And then, just like a zephyr passing by your ear, I think it's going well.
Ah! Jesus Christ!
Yay! Like a zephyr.
Oh my god.
Back to you two.
This is just some Pride and Prejudice shit, like walking along the beach with
Oh.
a chaperone, like 5 paces
100%.
behind. Incredible.
When you rejoin, you have mana with you. I like how mana is written on your water bottle too.
Nice.
Well, this way I won't forget who we have with us. I'll just get a bunch of items that all have the names of the NPCs.
Because I did not see that on your water bottle when I named her.
No, it was probably facing the other way, actually, yeah.
When you rejoin, Mana and Kaiming very deliberately making sure that the two of you are walking between them. But you can notice that every once in a while, Mana just glances across and there's this just like, and then every once in a while, Kaiming glances over and there's a,
Aww. I like Kaiming. That's nice.
We should head back.
We should.
Now, I should tell you that it's going to be difficult for people to move past the fact that you did attack and take down one of us.
I believe what I did was right, if foolhardy, and I'm willing to accept the judgment and any punishment if required.
Well, that's appreciated. But just, may I ask, why a 3-section staff? We haven't trained using those in hundreds of years.
Does Mana carry fans?
Yes, all Kyoshi warriors carry war fans. They do also sometimes carry Chinese swords.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're not called Chinese swords in this particular universe, but very much so. They are essentially what we would call rapiers, close to it, a bit wider, a bit thicker.
Right.
They're not. They're like short swords.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Right. Okay.
The straight ones that have the sort of Y-shaped hilt, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm. I think you'll understand, given the fans. I have a history with this staff. My family does, my village. It's of the place that I'm from.
Yeah.
And it doesn't hurt that people underestimate things that they think are simple.
We live our entire lives being underestimated. I think I know something about that.
Right. That's part of it.
Yes, one of them was carrying what is essentially a shock rifle, but
super sweet.
It's not here right now.
It's like a taser rifle.
Yeah,
but like a big one.
Similar to the gloves that Asami used in Legend of Korra.
Technology. It makes its way here. Is I don't want to bore you with the whole story or anything, just that.
But I was born.
But hang on, I have a whole character sheet here somewhere. Bow. Fuck. That's so good.
You're not from Angdong, are you?
Yeah. How do you know?
There's a legend.
And I truly believe that he stops and goes, "You know the legend?" I truly believe that's what happens here.
You have those giant like
It's
eyes.
the Sokka like.
Yeah, little watery
It's that,
big eyes. Yeah.
I mean, I've heard of it.
Wow.
Terrible what happened.
Yeah. Justice is coming.
Justice?
For me, for my family, for Andong.
She looks over at Bao. Just to see if there's like any kind of like
There's like a
tacit
nod of like,
acknowledgement?
yep.
Yep, sure is.
So you know who your target is.
I know who was responsible. And I have the strangest feeling that she's mixed up in this, too. Don't ask me why. It's just an instinct.
She isn't. She'd want to be knowing what the scale does.
That's true.
It's possible. My friend, just understand. When you have enough of a reason to go after someone, you don't need to find additional ones.
Helps me feel a little less selfish.
I understand. Sao and Bao, I understand that it is also possible that you may come under suspicion. I will be glad to appoint someone to guide you.
Guide me.
In case you believe that you wish to have an ally during your questioning, someone to make sure that you are aware of what the rules and laws and penalties are here.
Can Kai Ming do so?
There's this moment where like the two of them stop, and it's very clear that when the two of them stop, they are both hyper aware of each other and they're used to being in step.
They
Yes.
wouldn't. Then I would like it to be her.
Kai Ming looks
I
over at
look
Bao.
to her to see
And
if that
there's-
seems okay.
There's just this float that has appeared on her expression, similar to her. The last time you saw her wearing this expression, she was in her tea shop before it was attacked and
Yeah. Well, then when things were okay.
stuff.
Things were
First
decent.
time,
Before she was
second
going to
time, or
burn it
third
down,
time.
yeah. Hey.
Damn that t-shirt.
Hold on.
All of you are about to reconverge, by the way.
Sweet.
But just before then, so you can see as you're approaching with Zhai and with Jang.
Okay.
You can see that Mana, Kai Ming, Youngsu, Bao are approaching from a separate sort of thing. So you can now see each other. You can't quite hear each other yet.
Okay.
I need to make sure that you know, both of you, that if Sela is found to have been taking bribes, she will no longer be considered a Kyoshi warrior.
Is there means for reinstatement if her reasons for doing so are found to be justified?
If they were justified, that is not the same as being found guilty.
Then we will get to the bottom of this, whatever that bottom turns out to be.
Of course. You see that Zhai now clocks that Bao is there. And he lets his hand wrap just a little more around Don's elbow. Just like I'm going to reinforce that I took this on purpose.
She does a little thing where she like pretends to stumble and like just a slight
Whoa.
like it's like whoa.
Incredible.
Too much.
Shit, sorry.
No.
This whole public flirting thing. Hey, where do you want to go on our date anyway?
In the mountains. I have something planned.
I know.
It's the fact that you checked your watch at
It
the
really
same
shouldn't be
time.
ominous, but I'm like, where no one can hear you.
Pit
scream?
trap lined
like-
with like metal and filled with lava.
Fantastic.
Just like
I'm so sorry.
I love the mountains.
Oh, God.
All right.
Earthbend your way up, probably.
Mountains made of metal.
Donk is standing there alongside the rest of the Kyoshi warriors who have assembled in a circle. There are chairs that are set out outside, I should point out. It's still a relatively nice day out, so that's not necessarily an issue. But you're in the courtyard that's outside where the Kyoshi warriors typically train. There are chairs set up for basically the three of you, Kai Ming, Zhai, and Sela. Sela is still bound.
Mm-hmm.
One of the Kyoshi warriors approaches and stands in front of Youngsu. This is a formality. And she lifts a cord and just drapes them over your wrists. Does not tie them.
Okay.
You'll keep these until you have been officially cleared. And then guides you to a seat that is the opposite end from where Sela is.
Sure. Okay.
Kai Ming is asked to sit next to Sela, which she does. But again, she is... let me rephrase. The three of you are basically put in those chairs, and the last one is left for Kai Ming because they cannot address her. Sela looks to Kai Ming and then looks back down and does not say anything. She no longer is wearing her Kyoshi warrior uniform. She is dressed in standard Earth Kingdom clothes. Her face paint has been hastily wiped off, so there's still like traces of black and white at her hairline, that kind of thing. However, Kai Ming is still quite proudly bearing the marks and armor of a Kyoshi warrior.
Quick question then.
Yeah.
They are self-professed. They identified themselves to be identical twin sisters.
They are identical twin sisters.
Just from here, can I identify any distinguishing features about now that Sela?
Aside from the fact that one of them doesn't have.
Yeah. I'm not going to confuse them now. I just
Like,
mean
is their hair the same length?
This is a good question.
They definitely have, now that their hair, well, because their hair is worn up or cut short for battle.
Right.
Yeah.
Kai Ming very specifically has put her hair up because she does not have the standard
Bob?
Would be the right way
bob,
to put it. A bob of a Kyoshi warrior. But Sela does.
Okay.
Thank God.
So it is possible at this time to differentiate them by seeing what their hairstyles are.
I love that you precised at this time.
That's very important.
Hair can change.
Yeah. Kai Ming will be welcome back, and then go shit,
and then
we'll be like,
take the
shit.
hair out. Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Now they're the same.
Now that we've seen Kai Ming a lot without her makeup, right? So I'm thinking like, oh, Sela, now without her makeup. That's all.
Otherwise, no, they look identical.
Makes-
Like, there's no kind of scars or blemishes or freckles, or although they are freckled, they're
Can't blame a guy for trying.
What?
To find out if there's any distinguishing feature. Guys.
You get it. Sela's bad, so you want to try with Sela.
We'll find out.
Where's everyone? Where's the PowerPoint?
Donk folds his arms. First off, I have to ask, are you attempting an insurrection here at Kyoshi Island?
No.
And Jai is just like, absolutely
What?
not. Did you bring X amount of Sawan gold here to the island? Jai says, I did bring a grand total of 5 gold pieces. And he shows 4 of them. 5 of these pieces, by the way, that's like carrying around like $100. It's not much, right? It's really not a lot of
This is
money.
more gold than I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Definitely Yongsu, yeah, for sure.
Sweet. That kid's got $60.
Oh,
How many
fuck yeah.
coins is
Good
that
job,
worth?
kid.
Says young.
This would be the equivalent of carrying a day's wage.
Okay.
A hard day's work, but a day's wage. I spent one of them. There's a young boy who I asked to deliver a flower and then to make preparations for a picnic on the mountain.
Gosh.
Yongsu's just like, just looking.
Dawn is scarlet.
Sawan Bao, you were carrying no gold with you.
Correct.
Yet you identified this gold.
Yes. Amongst my upbringing was being aware of our family holdings and our assets and the that which we produced.
Your Honor, there is no way that this gold came from nowhere. Clearly, this is not a random happenstance. Someone gained the gold and then took it here.
That it is all the same means it wasn't someone's pocket change distributed.
Are the coins sequential in any way? Is there any way to determine if they were from the same batch?
Bao, like, reaches into a pocket. Because I feel like Bao would have at least pocketed some of them.
Nice.
Based on what was left. And I start...
So, about, could you rely on your skills in training for this, please?
Dinner's on me. On this gold.
Oh, this gold. Yeah.
Focus. 9.
Okay. You notice that there is a small imperfection in the ridges stamped in the coin. Ridges are often put in coins so that they're not filed down. You can tell if somebody's been shaving off a coin because it's very hard to duplicate the ridges.
Yeah.
You can tell that one of the ridges is, in fact, instead of it being straight, it is diagonal. What this means is not that the coin is counterfeit, but that they were all minted at the same time using the same press. A press only lasts so long before you have to replace it. So these clearly had to have been done at around the same time.
They do seem to be from the same batch. So, straight from the mint into a chest of some sort, a coffer, someone's pockets.
So we know the gold was taken all at once. Selah, who gave you the gold? She doesn't answer.
You said it was Jai earlier.
Jai looks up and there's this moment of just like, what the fuck? There's no way. What Salwan Bao isn't aware of is that there has recently been communication through our family. One that you can confirm with them if you send a messenger hawk. Or, sorry, a telegraph. There's this moment
Very
of like...
good, yeah.
Oh.
Sorry.
We're not to carry more than what I showed you here at any one time. We're to be encouraging the use of a new form of currency. Bank script. It's better for us when we are engaging in commerce. It will help us as we develop our business ideals throughout the world. We would never be carrying that much money. And that much money, if it disappeared at one time, that would be noticed. There's a... Can we get them on the telegraph? Like, do you know how to make contact with your family?
Yes.
Perhaps we should. One of the Kyoshi warriors scampers off and then comes back with a really long cord attached to not quite a telephone, but like a radio.
Mm-hmm.
And then sets it on a small stool in front of you. It's quite a big radio, but it would appear to have the right things that were needed if you needed to communicate all the way back to the Fire Nation.
Damn.
Sound quality would kind of suck, but
Sure.
that's AM radio for you.
Here and now.
Here and now.
Would there have been telegraph communication established a couple of years ago when I left?
I'm not sure what you mean.
Like, I ran away from home a little bit ago. Would I be able to communicate with someone now?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, great. So then, ring up my other cousin that's the head of the technology department.
Oh, good.
My old friend.
I
That's
think we're
in my...
just grabbing the name somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't remember the name.
Yeah.
It's like Millionaire when they're like, who do you want to talk to? My dad. What's your dad's name? Dad?
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, oh, God. Is it Pops? Dadalicious.
I wanna
It was
call-
Kaisuke.
Kaisuke. Thank you.
Nice, great name.
This shows how much of a nerd I am. I already had the wiki pulled up on my phone.
Oh, you're smart. Here I was going through our Discord.
Oh,
being
no.
like, let's go back to those first
I was on the
posts.
wiki recently and I realized that you'd written it.
Yeah.
And
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It takes a few minutes, a few bounces. There's a, oh, we'll have to go and find him. Or is it okay if I'll have to see? Sorry, her?
Yeah, I believe we established that she.
I don't remember.
She is now. Great.
Yep.
Oh, I'll have to go and find her. Oh, just give me a second. I think she's in a meeting. Oh, she's not in a meeting. I think she's in the bathroom. Oh, no,
fuck's sake.
she's not in the bathroom. Oh, hold on a second.
Chaos over there.
Hello?
Hi.
My flames. Is that who I think it is?
Yes.
I would. It definitely comes through as garbled and perhaps peaking, as one might say in the biz.
Oh, sure.
Bow! My goodness, where have you been? I've been waiting to hear from you so much. There's been some exciting developments, but it needs that bow charm.
Oh, boy.
So I hear that we aren't supposed to carry family mint gold anymore.
Oh, no. Goodness, no. Are you carrying gold like that now?
Why? Why are we ditching it?
Well, the official reason is because
Thank God.
we are trying to encourage the use of a...
New currency, and that seems all clever business, but I know
there's
you know
actual,
the real
There's
reason.
another reason for it. Now,
I
are
do
we
this
alone?
to like everyone around.
Yeah.
Yes.
Quick.
You can see that
That's funny.
You can see that Kai Ming is just like, I don't know if I want to lie to anybody, but like everyone else is just like. We recently had a large amount of gold stolen from our mint.
That explains why we stop using such an asset and risk its devaluation.
Exactly. And obviously, if somebody is caught carrying that much, what would it do? So, members of the family have been informed not to carry that much cash.
I'll dispose of mine.
Well, keep a little bit.
Well, liquidate.
Absolutely.
Now,
Remember, no more than 5 gold coins at any one time.
who do you think took it?
Ah. Well, I can tell you it was nobody in internal research and division.
Knowing Kaisuke, is that basically saying, yeah, it was totally me? Or is that genuine?
That's genuine.
Okay.
Kaisuke is very protective, except that Kaisuke doesn't remember that it's research and development.
Yeah.
So every time it's always research and another word that starts with D.
Yeah.
Can't
Great.
wait until research and donuts. I cannot wait.
It's gonna be charming. Sorry.
And the D.
Internal research and
I definitely did not just call you. I know that someone was ringing.
Listen. I need to ask you a very important question.
Of course.
Do you know where Jai is?
I heard his name in Republic City.
He's not coming to convince you to return home with him, is he?
I have not sought him out yet.
Don looks at Jai.
true. Technically.
Let me tell you. As much as I'm aware of the fact that our military might is based very much on the things that we're doing here at research and diversification.
That'd be great.
I know that there is still a desire for political examinations.
He's jumping the gun. I don't want to bring you back until you're ready to come back. But let me tell you, Specimen 74, there's something magical in the air. I just know it. And then you hear a woo!
Oh my god. Fucking legend.
Take care of yourself.
I guess this means you're not coming back today.
No.
Well, you know that my currency, frequency, yes. When my frequency is always open. But use the real one next time, not this other one. It's the amount that you were paid in salary times 7. Goodbye! Click.
Oh, Jesus.
Bao looks somewhat guiltily at
Well, that would be appropriate.
yes, at Jai.
So about
I wasn't aware that we weren't allowed to use the coins for any other reason. That's new to me. I didn't know there was a theft.
There's no reason for you to try to read between every one of their lines. That was not your training. Your training was orders, direct.
And yet somebody stole the gold and gave it to you, Scylla. When was this?
It was 5 years ago.
Don tries to remain composed.
5 years. Like, it comes out, you know?
Yeah.
Kaiming just does one of these.
Looks could kill.
They probably.
They probably will, yeah.
I see. Scylla, were you responsible for the fact that we no longer are in possession of the mirror scale? I was told that it was important to ensure that it was returned to the fire sages. I was given money. I was told to find when it would be easiest for somebody to breach. I was aware that my sister was standing guard on alternate nights, and I knew her routine. I distracted her. That's all I know. I've been paid a stipend every year since, in exchange for my silence.
By whom?
I don't know. I just know that it was delivered by a northern water tribe. Man.
You know their name?
Son of a
The courier's
sky
name
bison.
is Tatik. He's a regular visitor here on Kyoshi Island.
When I find Tatik,
I'm going to tear him limb from limb.
son of a sky bison.
Son of a sky bison. Oh god.
Are you saying that Tatik was the one who was paying you off?
No, just that he was the one who delivered the gold.
We need to find that man.
Donk shakes his head. There's no evidence that he's still alive. It's possible that the combustion bender that's currently under Fire Nation custody was trying to silence him.
We would have found his body. We were very thorough.
And he's very good at surviving.
He's very good at getting away.
Does he trust you?
He did last we saw him.
Perhaps he still does. It might be wisest for you to find him. After all, until we have recovered the mirror scale and Sella perks herself up. I know where it is. They have it.
Selah, you know, whoever gave you this deal 5 years ago didn't have your best interests at heart. Yearly, they've been paying you in gold that is no longer safe to carry around. Why are you still protecting them? Who made this original deal with you?
If I tell you I'm worried that they'll kill me.
You're a Kyoshi
And-
warrior.
Kai Ming. I did this to protect her.
Don looks at Kai Ming.
Kai Ming has none of it. She
Incredible.
looks as if it was possible she would be drilling holes with her eyes into, her forehead.
Right.
Like this. That's what it looks like.
How are we supposed to defend Kai Ming against a threat that she cannot identify? You keeping this a secret isn't keeping her safe.
It doesn't matter.
Then tell us.
The mirror scale has been found. It is returned to here.
It does matter, because whoever paid you off will act again. The mirror scale isn't safe, not until we can get it somewhere. Anyway,
Not until we can get it to where? Donk looks at Don very specifically.
I am completely in support of the mirror scale staying here for the time being.
Good.
But I would like to submit a request that when Wan Shitong's library is found, if Wan Shitong agrees, that it be kept there. The mirror scale is an artifact that impacts the human world and the spirit realm. The library is the closest thing that we have to bridging the knowledge between those two realms. I take it upon myself to try to find the library, and I take it upon myself to try to convince Wan Shitong that this is the right thing to do. And if he agrees, I ask that you all seriously consider this.
Kai Ming, you can feel tension. Like there's something she wants to say, but she cannot.
Don looks at Kai Ming. Would you speak to me if you can't speak to them?
You can blame Lemon Eater for this, but I am shifting your balance to one towards roll.
Thank you.
If we are not in possession of the mirror scale, we are not in the possession of the mirror scale. Sella says, they have it. I'm telling you. They took it from me.
Don's still looking at Kai Ming. Do you have something you want to say? You can tell me. I'll repeat it.
Kai Ming leans over towards the three of you and then drops her voice in an effort to make sure that only you can hear. That's not the music I was hoping for. Hold on. Their first priority is to get the mirror scale back. if they find that you're holding it and not returning it, it is possible that regardless of your actions that you took here today, they may decide that you are an enemy after all. However, if there's no evidence that you are holding the mirror scale, that's another matter entirely. I'm sworn not to speak with them.
You can search the hills where you last saw us. It should be scattered somewhere with those coins. I discarded it.
Is that true?
No.
So it sounds like you're trying to trick.
Yep.
That means you gotta roll with creativity there, bub.
Yes.
Okay.
9.
Does somebody want to try to help out? Push
Yeah.
it up to a 10?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Everyone's
Okay,
like,
wait.
no, wait. Actually, hang on. I have 4.
You have so much
fatigue.
fatigue. What?
I still have 1 left, right? I'm gonna go to sleep. at some point.
Here's your fatigue.
Wouldn't that like make you unable to do stuff?
Yes, in theory.
If
I
you
have to
if you
take-
have no fatigue, you cannot take an action that would cost fatigue.
Right.
Like you can't even choose to take a condition instead. You just can't do it.
Right.
So you can do this, but it will mean that you are maxed out. It also means that if you take any fatigue, you will take conditions instead.
Okay.
But are you gonna do it?
Do you want to assist? But do you?
It's
feel
one of
more-
Dawn's prohibitions. I feel like she feels she would feel too shitty about trying to
Oh, I like that.
deceive them all when they haven't done anything wrong. So she doesn't.
So yes, Yongsu is going to indeed take 1 more fatigue.
No, that's okay. Because
Oh,
on
yep.
a 7 to 9, I
Oh.
pick 1. On a
Oh.
10 plus, pick 2.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm offering the chance for the trick to move up to 10. I'm not saying that you have to take it.
True. We're good.
I'm okay with just picking
You are
one.
not assisting?
We're good.
Yeah.
Okay, I've put you back down to 4. You can choose
We'll see if my.
what your trick does.
They overcommit, they are deceived for some time.
All right. He points to 5 of them. Where can you lead them?
Certainly.
Very well. Sela, you have betrayed the Kyoshi warriors for reasons that seem to be more of personal gain than a true appreciation for the lives of you and your sister. Your actions have caused her exile for 5 years, and you to appreciate luxury instead. I leave to Mana what your fate is as a Kyoshi warrior, but I will tell you that you are not welcome here on Kyoshi Island. You can either choose to serve your sentence just off island, at which point, once it is clear, you may return, or you can face permanent exile. Mana steps up. Sela is no longer a Kyoshi warrior. Any who would choose material gain and not even let her own sister, let alone the others who have fought alongside her, know what was happening, no matter the risk, means that we cannot trust her. And they pick up her breastplate that's been lying at the side, and they toss it into a fire pit.
Dawn has a visible reaction to this.
Go. And she turns and crosses her arms in front of her, and all of the other Kyoshi warriors as one, including Kai Ming, do the same.
Salah's silently weeping. I'll take exile. And she gets up and starts to walk away from the circle.
Can I go to talk to her?
Yes.
I mean, I'm technically still like,
Yes.
I'm not bound, but you know what I mean. I know I'm technically under suspicion of whatever. But I'm gonna go. I'm gonna walk over to her and see if anyone wants to stop me.
I'm going to take a small aside and say, Zablica, I don't call people bub.
But
I don't know of any Canadian who regularly calls somebody else bub. I think
But
that's a Wolverine.
we do go, hey there, bud.
Bud.
Sure, but like that's bud, not
Yeah.
bub.
Yeah, I think it's a Wolverine
Either
thing
one.
specifically.
I don't know. Or
I've said
they're like I've heard people say it, but I
Sure.
d-
I just don't
don't
think
think
it's
it's
specifically a
distinctly
Canadian
Canadian.
thing.
Mm-mm.
I think it's more of a certain kind of person thing.
Like Wolverine.
It's called role playing.
me.
Okay. Sorry. So you're getting up?
Yes, to go to Salem.
She's continuing to walk away from you.
I'm
But, like it's not hard for you to catch up. She's not like running.
Yeah, I want to gently stop in front of her.
She stops. She looks up. Her eyes puffy red.
I just wanted to say that I'm sorry. I know that what I did and has led you here today, and I know what it feels like to lose your home.
She opens her arms.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I hope I'm not about to get
You
shanked.
are?
You
Yeah,
are.
Of course I'm
you
gonna
are
get
my
hugged, yeah.
sweet bean.
A sweet bee.
Shake. Look, Youngsu cares.
Thank you.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I'm sure Councilwoman Takata thanks you too.
I literally shove her on the ground. Like I'm so that is
What, like a child, like a playground, like
no, just I think
Full force, like
just
rejection.
he pushes her away.
I'm gonna need you to rely on your skill. Oh, well, this is actually combat,
Oh,
potentially.
okay.
Depends.
Yeah, sure.
Are you looking to hurt her, or are you just looking to break the hug?
looking to break the hug?
Okay, that's not
That
combat.
okay. That name is gross to me.
We all just cross our arms.
She looks back up at you. No one will ever believe you. And she keeps walking.
Bill Murray.
The world isn't so big that I can't find you wherever you go. God damn it.
And then she stops again. I may not be a Kyoshi warrior anymore, but I still have their training. You'd better sleep with both eyes open for the rest of your life.
Come and find me.
Don't worry. Takata knows where you are. Always.
Son of a
And
Not
she just keeps
Skyward.
walking away from you.
It's the last time I ever care for anyone ever again. I'm gonna go.
Seriously.
Yeah, let's have a
what
look
you
at
get
that
for
all.
I'm
trying
gonna
to guide
literally
them.
go back to yeah. I'm gonna go back to my
Absolute
seat.
lunatic.
And I just feel like I'm like me.
It's a date.
She stops one more time and looks back. Or we can just have it out right now. Just off island, where they can't stop us. You and me, a rematch. Right now. And I promise that if you take me down, I'll tell you everything I know. But if I win, You have to agree on your honor to come back to Councilwoman Takata. She has questions for you. She's calling you out.
Yeah, I was just looking at that. I don't think I can call her out. Not in return, anyway. Okay. Okay. So denying a call out because I'm being called out to live up to one of my principles, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I deny it, then I roll with it. Well, it's right here.
So you're basically going to roll.
Yeah.
You
I'm gonna-
currently are rolling with a 0 because you are +0 on your force because she's calling you out basically to act with force.
Yes. That's fair.
If you hit, you have to do as she says or you have to mark a fatigue.
Mm-hmm.
And on a 10+, you also shift your balance towards the call principle. On a miss, you stand strong. You can clear a condition, clear 1 fatigue, or shift your balance. Your choice.
Okay.
Totally worth, bro.
Super worth. I agree. Yeah. So I think there's a steely glint in his eye as he meets hers. Let's roll with 4. Well, yeah. 7.
So that's a hit.
Okay.
Which means that you have to do as she says.
Right, no, the wrong one.
You have to mark 1 fatigue.
This is the one that you don't want to hit. Oh god. I'm gonna quickly just check in with my two friends at the table here.
Yeah.
This is a bad idea. Am I right?
I'm your friend.
But I'll check in with you personally as well, off the record, right?
I think there are pros and cons.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
But this is specifically like I'm being baited to fight a Kyoshi warrior.
Yeah,
right?
but if Yongsu like wanders off with her alone, that's weird.
I clear and secure, right? Sorry, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
Absolutely. I would let you clear and secure
If I just like go.
if you decide to go with her.
My order is 5 minutes.
But that is
Thank you.
that is assuming
Yeah.
that you're going without these two coming with you.
I mean,
Are you
that's
pulling a Nancy Drew?
very good?
Or are you pulling an actual intelligent member of society? Come on, let's go.
Oh, I see how it is.
There we go.
I'm also going to point something out to you
Yeah.
right here, just as a gentle reminder. You are currently marked at 4 fatigue, 2 conditions. If you decide to do as she says, you're starting the fight with those
Yeah,
intact.
but she's also concussed.
Yes, that you are
This is
correct.
Has
true.
not rested.
But I'm just saying, you're
Yeah.
not like, you don't get to sleep on it. You don't get, she's saying right now.
Yeah.
You will clear and secure if you're going off alone without these others coming with you.
Has she been stripped of her weapons?
Yes,
So she would be fighting unarmed, at least.
that is the assumption, yes.
Kyoshi warrior unarmed is still.
I still think it's.
We've all seen the Boiling Rock part 2.
That's right.
Nice.
She's so cool.
She's so cool.
Hey, I think your girlfriend's taking care of it.
Someone goes over that. Yeah. I don't think I can do this. Like I'm obviously like Scott. I'm very tempted by the idea of being like, ooh, maybe I can get some more information.
But imagining if the fatigue is actually manifesting itself as a physical condition. Like, if Youngsu is like
yeah.
while she's baiting him.
Yeah.
So technically, you're not actually physically hurt. The point
Right,
is just it's
just
going to be
tired.
harder and harder for you to dodge and resist things.
This is it. Ooh, I've been in 2 fights today.
Just get wrecked. Better story.
Yes, Kung Fu Fenris. You get it. Just kidding.
Like, I guess I'm just looking at the broader
It's not
picture.
wrong.
We're all there. She was like, "You're exiled," and she's like, "Great, fine," and turns around and walks off. And then Yongsu goes after her. Would we not all be watching?
Yes,
Yeah,
you
we're
can see-
definitely
you can
all
see this
creeping
happening.
from a distance.
Yongsu fucking
Being like,
leaves
go
with
after
her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
The
don't.
thing is,
I feel like we try to catch up.
well, Youngsu might be like, I'll meet you there in an hour.
Yeah.
We are
Slip
tying
away
him
from
to a chair,
I
and
mean,
no,
honestly.
he's not getting away from
You
us.
could. That's fine.
We will kill you.
He has to.
before we let you kill us.
The thing is, he either has to agree and do his best to follow
Yeah.
up with that, or he takes a fatigue.
Yeah.
I'm deciding that I'm going to take a fatigue.
Okay.
Because Eremetheus makes a good point. Fighting my adversary just helps me, but Sayla is not. Sayla represents my adversary, but Sayla
Sayla
is
V.
not my adversary. Very
Say
good.
you
Very
will.
good,
Say
very good.
you will. Say. Sorry.
I feel like there's just a long moment between them where he grits his teeth and just shakes his head. We're not doing this on your terms.
Okay.
And she goes back to walking away again. Again, you could stop her if you wanted to.
If I threw if I threw my staff hard enough, could I
I mean, you could absolutely hit her with your staff.
could I puncture her chest? I am
Possibly.
It's just like, whoa! That'd be intense. Young Sue turns around and walks away. Back towards everyone else.
Are you okay?
He takes the little, like, length of rope around his wrists and kind of just toys with it a bit. Yeah.
You've been cleared. You can remove that. You attacked somebody who did not deserve to wear the uniform, armor, mask, or honor of a Kyoshi warrior.
And the same one who put it on you walks up, grabs the cord, takes it off you, and then she has kind of like a good job on the arm.
Oh, thanks.
Donk looks at you. In my judgment, you are all innocent. You have been doing what you can in order to help recover a priceless artifact, and you are also making plans which we can discuss at a future time, but you are not currently trying to undermine this island or its sacred duty.
And we fought off the combustion bender who attacked here.
That
Yeah,
isn't
Missy.
in dispute. Don't worry. We will prepare some lovely parting gifts for you. But your honor is unquestioned. All of you. And he's including Jai in this. And to a certain extent, Kai Ming. When we recover the artifact, we will reinstate one of our own.
And not before.
That was her choice. She
was-
can change it.
She
And
was
I looked to her.
betrayed by someone on the inside.
That was her choice, and she can change
It
it.
wasn't her own incompetence. Okay.
Bow's. Sorry, I have to whisper
right.
this. Bow's right.
Bow's
Bow,
right.
bow, bow!
Bow! Kai Ming made the choice to remove herself from this community and can change that choice anytime.
Can Ming show any indication of wanting to speak up?
Can we talk? She says to Bow, very specifically.
Okay. Yes, and Bao will step aside.
In here. And she indicates the actual pavilion where the Kyoshi warriors go inside and train as
Yep.
opposed to stay outside.
Yeah, you're right.
She goes inside, closes the door. I don't know what to do. I'm so close to being able to just fulfill my vow. Even if I know now that I was betrayed, that it wasn't my fault.
If you chose what happened to it, where would it go? Right now, in this very second, not theoretically if we find Tatik. Where would it go in the future if Dun finds Wan Shi Tong?
I learned that I was blind to nothing but my own honor for the past 5 years. I'm still not sure if that was the right choice, but I know that it means that I don't get to choose where the mirror scale ends up. I'm worried that it's not safe here. And I think that it's too dangerous to be left in the hands of those who don't understand its use. trust you. I would give it to Dan, Young Su, and you. I would trust you with it until such time as you found Wan Shitong's library.
Then, are you willing to maintain this exile brought on by something set up against you? Or do you wish to reclaim your honor without completing your mission?
To complete my mission, I'd have to stay with you. If that's okay.
You are, of course, welcome.
What's Bao looking like at this moment?
They're probably wringing their hands a bit. There's definitely they're allowing signs of their stressors to show through, which they weren't outside of this room. Concern, empathy, thinking. There's a lot going on.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like you're trying to guide and comfort.
Let's go. Don't worry, Don. You'll get a chance to do some of that
Someday.
for us. Come on.
6.
Oh no.
I have -3.
Yeah,
this is
no, it's
not
a
my
lot.
special
It's a
skills.
lot.
Does somebody have a way to help?
From a distance?
It's possible. You'd have to be able to justify it in the fiction.
I mean, if Don's looking towards them both and going like this.
I guess, I guess I was trying to be, comforting. But I wasn't trying to convince her to take a specific path.
That would be pleading.
Right, I guess so.
It was Don's intent.
You're not necessarily going to be penalized if you didn't.
Yeah,
if you fail the roll.
When Don was saying before, oh, this person's still exiled, even though it wasn't her fault, even though she was intending to direct that at Kai Ming, not Donk.
So you're intending that to be help?
Yeah, if that's
Okay.
allowed.
Well, that is allowed.
Hooray.
So
I did not catch on to that, sorry. I was like, it's not up to the
We
mirror
took
to decide.
two
I
slightly
did,
different
I
tacks.
did catch
Yeah.
on to that. But I've marked fatigue for done. So therefore, either they're going to embrace your guidance and comfort, in which case they can clear a condition or fatigue, and then you can ask one question which they must answer honestly, or they can shut you down, in which case they inflict a condition on you, and you get to shift their balance in response. She takes a very deep breath. And she'll clear the condition of guilty.
Oh.
You may ask her a question, and she must answer honestly.
Sorry, I'm just reading this. I guide and comfort.
Yep.
They choose one.
They choose whether to embrace or shut you down.
They embrace or shut me down.
Yep.
And they may clear a condition or to fatigue.
Yep, which is why she's clearing guilty
On herself.
on herself.
Oh, I thought you were clearing guilty on me. That's where I was very confused.
She's had
Okay,
guilt
great.
since
For 5
session
years.
1.
5
Right,
years?
right,
5
right.
years, maybe?
Yeah. Fantastic. Great. Sorry, I was just confused. I was like, how do I clear guilt?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it should be on the door. And then, great. They must answer a question honestly.
Yep, you get to ask a question, and they must answer it honestly. And it can be any question you like. I'm really curious.
How do I get it?
Oh, you can get it.
She answered honestly.
Like, away from here, back on the ship. I'm trying to figure out, the...
How to
the
escape
crux.
with the mirror scale?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. She would know.
Is it because you don't trust the people here to know that you have it still?
I don't trust them to let us leave with it.
If you trust me, I can make sure it happens. Give me the package.
Mel, like, rustles around. Extract.
She looks down and then, without even a moment's hesitation, slides her thumb underneath and then pops the other 2 seals.
Don't stare at it for too long.
Opens the box, reaches in and pulls out a cloth wrapped around something. Slips it just underneath her breastplate. Coins.
Plonk.
Have them find the box.
Shove.
The best way to distract one of them is for me to talk to them. I'll come with you so that you'll have a chance to plant the box.
Thank you.
My first duty isn't to Kyoshi Island. None of ours is. Our first duty is to Kyoshi. And I think she'd want me to do what you're asking.
She was an avatar. Her mission did involve the spirit world. You honor her.
She has this overwhelming, just shuddering sigh.
I feel like I've exchanged one burden for another. But I don't feel alone.
But you aren't.
Okay.
And everyone out there, even if you want them to continue what you asked, they're with you.
I wonder if they would have made the same decision I did. I guess we'll find out.
She turns and she walks out of the thing. The thing!
That will also exit back to the group.
Just tell them, as she's leaving, just tell them that I've agreed to come with you.
So once we step back out into the group, until her mission is complete, she's going to stay with us.
Great.
That sounds great.
Good.
Go. Collect the mirror scale.
But we'll head off with whatever quantity of
Most of the Kyoshi
Warriors.
warriors will come with you.
Oh, jeez.
Mana is not.
mm-hmm.
You're on your way to find the dragon scale.
mirror scale.
Mirror scale.
Things just got
Oh,
even
shit.
spicier.
Thinking about Breath of the Wild, have you?
There's been a little bit of like dragon on the brain here.
Oh, yeah.
The mirror scale.
Yep.
So you've gone off to get the mirror scale. You have come back from not beating down.
Say that, yeah.
You're about to go on a date. But I think all of that's going to happen next time.
Do you think we can get away with one more Will, Jai, and Dom's
Will
date
this
ever happen?
date?
Do you think we can get away with that one more
I
time?
think that should be the running joke of the campaign, is that every week
They'll be
they try.
married 30 years on. They're like, you think we could ever go on that date? I really want to know what this little kid has prepared in the hills.
Oh my god, yeah. Do you think it's all just like a bunch of juice
I
boxes?
dug those ditches just like you asked, mister. Like,
Ditches?
yeah,
What's that for?
disposing of the body.
Oh my god. Snitches get ditches.
Ex-
As they say.
Unbelievable. Ouch.
Well, if it isn't Scott.
I need to clear some conditions.
Yes, you do.
You need to be guiding and comforting each other a little bit.
Yeah, I got.
I
yeah.
would love to.
Or
if,
just doing some random bad shit.
That's fair.
if we're ever not at death's door, I'll do my best to guide you.
Yeah, well,
after the date.
I'm gonna need guidance to actually read the Takata Seila connection. So
Fantastic.
Someone will. I was joking before, John.
Did you turn on the oven?
I was going to, but everything's like touching the top element, so.
I can go and take things out and turn on the oven if you want. I just wasn't sure what you wanted
We're
to
going to
do.
be out of here
Yeah.
relatively soon.
Cool, babe.
One thing that I will say, though.
So
is,
end of episode? Okay.
Yeah, one thing that I will say. Yeah, we ended basically as soon as you were leaving.
Right.
One thing that I kind of like is that you don't have health. You just have fatigue and you have conditions, and you're not hurt. You're physically not hurt. But, well, let's go and find out about your growth,
Huzzah!
shall we? This is where we stood at the end of last session. You had 1 growth marked in your pool.
Check up on our growth.
Elizabeth.
Did you accomplish a feat worthy of your burden and tradition? I feel like Dawn did that last session, so she's just reiterating her pledge.
So, no.
So no, I wouldn't say this
Okay.
time.
Scott?
If we're starting with them special ones, did I make progress towards my goal against my adversary? Very specifically, no.
Yep.
Specifically,
That's absolutely true.
Mhm.
Kate.
I did learn something meaningful or important relating to my lineage's members or its effects on the world and others
That
because
is
of the whole
true.
money sitch.
Boop.
Yeah.
The second question, did you well, that was
Yeah.
that was actually your specific character goal. So, Elizabeth, did you learn something challenging, exciting, or complicated? Did you learn anything? Because
You learned something.
that's what we're doing here. We've
Right.
rephrased this question.
Did
What
I
you
learn
learn?
something? Dawn has learned that she's going to err on the side of trusting Jai over being suspicious of him.
Okay, Scott.
Young-Soo learned that Seila doesn't want to... Seila took gold, possibly from someone related to Councilwoman Takata. That's what I learned.
Kate.
Learned that Kai Ming has had a change of heart, that she was capable of it and that she has.
It's a lot. It's a
Yeah.
big step
From
for
that
her.
clutch guide and comfort from the
Clutch.
person who's least
Clutch.
likely at this point in time.
So
to be able
I
to
mean,
do
in,
that.
in general, I already have -1 to it. I do have roguish charm, but it's when I'm like being charming.
Right,
That
right,
is
right.
not the approach.
All right, Elizabeth, did you stop a dangerous threat or solve a community problem?
I feel
Actually,
like
this is for all of you.
I feel like we all helped de-escalate the situation. Like Young-Soo could have been dragged away by the Kyoshi warriors at the beginning.
Revealed Seila.
Yeah.
We
Seila was
unmasked
exiled.
that.
I would agree.
Ah, sick.
Yeah.
And then finally, did you guide a companion towards balance or end the session at your center?
Nope.
I might still be at center.
You are at center, and
Great.
you also guided a companion here. I will count
As
timing anyway.
Nice.
So we'll give you the 1. So you don't get to advance.
I
but
think
you
Bao
were pretty
single-handedly
close.
gave us all the points this time.
We all
That's
learned
okay.
something.
We share the XP.
Exactly.
So we will
It's
have
incredible.
points for you
No, it's
all.
great.
I'm very glad for this.
Elizabeth, you want to call out somebody's play here?
Yeah, Scott, I know it was very difficult, but the fact that Young-Soo did not... No, but like... Sorry, I don't mean to be condescending, but yeah. Young-Soo didn't agree to the fight with Seila, and I think it's actually supported in his character as to why he didn't. It shows growth, and it shows consideration, and it also shows the fact that he's like, okay, hold on, like, I'm not going to do this on your terms. And I think that was great because Young-Soo 5 sessions ago would have absolutely taken her up on it. I feel.
See, last session.
Maybe even last session, yeah.
Even next session.
That's great.
Thank you.
It's a challenging but strong moment in the end.
Kate, I felt like Bao had a lot of little moments of like that political savvy showing through, which I loved. I specifically want to call out after having a sincere moment of like guidance that brought Kai Ming out of her shell, there was a tacit understanding between them of how to then solve a problem in a way that felt sneaky is the wrong word, but it felt like
Savvy?
yeah, savvy. We can't let them know they're gonna do the wrong thing, right? Or whatever it is. And it just felt very appropriate that the two of you would have that interaction so efficiently. It was really cool. Yeah.
done agonizing over Jai, it didn't fully occur to me when you're like, I'll go get him, that there was a possibility of just spilling all the beans to him, etc. So when you did that, and like the depths and the distance that you covered in a relatively short amount of time of like talking to Ha, talking to Jang, the moments on the ship, like that whole little nugget, there was so much going on in there. So yay.
Thank
you. It wasn't just, I'm gonna go collect an NPC. Doot, 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 like that.
Thank you.
Two NPCs I want to call out for John specifically, Jang and Kaisuke.
Yeah. Yeah.
Holy crap, like they were both so surprising, and there were comedic elements to it, which I think is always really fun when NPCs are introduced and there's like surprising comedy to it.
Yeah.
But they still
good
felt
plot.
grounded.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they feel super of the world.
Oh my
too.
god, very much.
Kasuke in particular is just like, yes, this person exists in the world of Avatar.
And of course she would have been Bao's, not necessarily mentor, but the person that Bao felt closest to.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
it
the
just,
person
it makes
that
some
Bao could
odd
trust.
sense. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll tell you this for free. It's not the last you've heard of Kaisuke.
Yeah,
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Good.
I would quit this game right now if that were the case.
I like the idea that you'll quit because of someone else's mentor.
Yeah, exactly. If I don't see more of this NPC, yeah. No, I can't.
No.
Hey,
What do we have next? What's coming up?
tomorrow?
Yes, tomorrow morning.
Remembered.
Venus Striker.
Oh, who dat? Who dat?
Starting to. How do I sell this? Used to live in wonderful wedded bliss with a certain detective, but someone he threw behind bars, she found to be innocent. She stopped knowing what to believe, where the truth lied. Public Defender, Venus Striker, starting through the Phoenix Wright trilogy tomorrow, 10 a.m.
So exciting.
I know.
I hope I can. I have work tomorrow morning, but I'm hoping I can be like just tacitly like on my phone.
Yeah, I guess
Be like,
that's
we'll,
like
Show me
we'll
how
tap
this
into
works,
the
yeah.
Bean Duck Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
you have to leave the guest room by 10
Exactly.
a.m. tomorrow.
Yes,
Oh, yeah,
exactly.
we'll be
Oh
out.
god, we'll be out of it.
Tuesday?
Tuesday, ironically, you can actually join Striker's cousin, Stroika, who is assisting Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson over in London. It's all so insane. This extended universe is wild. But yeah, Sherlock Holmes The Awakened continues on Tuesday. I'm having a good time, even if I don't quite understand how it works. It's a good time.
We'll see if I can stream on Wednesday. It's becoming a little more stable. I might be able to. We'll see. But Friday.
Frydog, we will be continuing Punchy and Boy, God of War Ragnarok at 1800 on my channel. And then on Saturday, we are beginning Nancy Drew and the Mystery of the Brass-Bound Trunk.
I am shocked that is the one that won the poll. I honestly am quite
I
shocked.
know,
but I'm
and
excited
it
about
won fairly handily.
I was like,
So we're starting
I
a
was like-
brand new book. So if you've been like, I don't know about tuning into Drew Crew, now is the time to do it. It's a lot of fun, and it's at 1500 on my channel.
I think there will be a sinking ship. Stay tuned to Discord for news about Doomed on Saturday night. There's a possibility that I will not be able to stream because I'll be involved in a different stream, but that remains to be seen. So we will have details about that on the Discord.
Next Sunday, we'll be right back here with episode 9 of Avatar Legends: The Mirror Scale. Woo!
Date
While you're
night.
waiting out for that, just remember that whether it's because somebody has stolen a priceless artifact from your town and that you've been sworn to try to retrieve it without violating somebody's civil rights, or whether it's because you've been potentially working with a shady councilwoman in order to try and create a new world order, generally the direction you want to be headed is this way and then that way. We'll see you next time.
Fuck Takata.
Bye! Like, subscribe, ring the bell, thank you!
Ding 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 ding
Thank
ding
you
ding
for
ding
the
ding 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 ding. Bye.
Thanks for the follow.